Hello there.
Hello.
Hello, imbecile.
Hello.
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 All rise and like, subscribe, and bang the gavel, baby.
Order in the court, damn it. Hello and welcome. We got a case. Myself, Credence, and Mikey the Legend. This is from yesterday. A lot of you have probably seen it. We're watching it for one very good reason. Judge Middleton is going to speak to this girl this afternoon. And you'll see why in just a second. So we're starting with this. This happened yesterday. And then we'll proceed with the live stuff. It's about 10 minutes long and well worth every second. The payoff at the end is quite amazing. Remember, we're not lawyers. We do this 5 days a week, 1 p.m. Eastern.
And by the way,
around,
real quick, Creed, I know you said this is about to kick off, but please remember this, guy.
What you are witnessing is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending.
So remember
California municipal courts. all rise. All right. Good to see everybody. Let's do this. And remember, the judges are usually really low. It's a thing. I don't know what to tell you. I got it cranked up. So take that.
Good morning. Who am I speaking with?
Kylie Boyer.
Ms. Boyer, do you have the ability to do video?
I do not. I tried to get Zoom to work, but the code would not work.
Flush.
What code are you using?
It is 905-646-3210.
Write that down so we can get into Zoom court on.
That's it.
At 3B.
Don't put a 1 in front of it.
I haven't been putting a 1 in front of it.
I don't like your attitude.
On the Zoom meeting, that there was no such meeting.
Well, we're on now. I'm going to hang up on you. I want you to try it once more. And if you can't get in, you call back again. All right?
Okay.
Do you sense
try it again. We'll see if we can get you in.
Judge Middleton's already a little.
Okay.
Back.
I mean, he wants to see what he's working with. She's taking her time.
Betting we haven't even been on for 2 minutes yet. So
you haven't missed a single thing.
You're okay. Just getting it ramped up. Yeah, this was great. I watched it yesterday. I saw that Law Talk with Mike. He's always on it.
While we're waiting, let's call your case. Let you get back about your business. This is file 211102, People versus Jessica E. Kiefer.
She has beautiful hair.
On probation in June on a charge of use of methamphetamine. Probation agent Autumn Kiefer has filed a probation violation petition alleging that she's failed to comply with testing requirements and or has tested positive.
That's nice hair.
Status update on the case.
Oh, Walter.
Ms. Boyer is not doing very well, as many of our methamphetamine probations. Autumn, when did you last have contact with her?
The last time I spoke with Jessica was on February 24th when I ordered her to test, and she failed to do so.
These biscuits. Hey!
I do have a plea.
The original one. I love it. Put a face with the
voice, and it's perfect.
Yeah. We're waiting for Boyer to get back. if you hear cats, those are at Jeanette Jackson's house. There was some fun back and forth with these cats that were like, I think they were left over from a landlord tenant thing where they were left, and she ended up with a couple of them, trying to give some. It's a very loud cat, by the way.
Miss Jackson, cat lady.
Kylie, you couldn't get it to work?
I could not.
All right, we'll just make do with this. Just a minute.
While this continues, watch Dan. He's her probation guy, and it's fun to watch his
Autumn, in that case,
facial expressions.
Warrant, no bond, see judge.
Didn't show.
I'm sorry?
I'm talking about another case.
Oh, I thought you were talking about her for a second. I was like, she was. I was getting scared for her.
No 48-hour hold. She's off the rails.
Hey, Stay Tuned TV. Good to see you.
Miss Kiefer's hair, though, is perfect.
It's a stormy day. Lots of...
It's got body to it. I like it.
All right, Autumn.
It's called
catch up
Aquanet.
We'll get her in here and arraign her on this and see how we go from there.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Now we're going to take up the matter of People versus Kylie M. Boyer, file 2-1.
Hey, Gary A. Hugh.
Hey.
Ms. Boyer is here by telephone only, but it's better than not at all. The probation agent, Daniel Frazine, is here, and Jeanette Jackson is here from the Public Defender's Office. Ms. Boyer was put on probation in August of last year for 12 months. Daniel, her probation officer, has filed a probation violation petition alleging change in a violation of Article 4, failed to notify probation officer immediately of change of address. Article 5, failed to pay fines and costs. Articles 8 and 10, failed to abstain from alcohol and drugs and submit to test on demand. Article 18, failing to seek or maintain full-time employment or school. Autumn, Daniel has provided, Kylie Daniel has provided an update here. This is a probation violation arraignment where I'm advising you that you're accused of violating your probation. You're entitled to have a hearing regarding that. It's not automatic. And at that hearing, you would have the right to have an attorney to help you. They would have to be established by the prosecution and your probation agent beyond a preponderance that you violated your probation. And as such, you would be subject to sentence. Daniel is sort of sick up and fed with what's going on here. You're not going to school, you're not passing your classes, you're smoking dope, and you're not paying, you're not doing any of the things that he had wanted you to do, that I had wanted you to do as part of your probation.
I just got a job.
All right, just a minute. Those are the allegations in the petition. I don't want you to get a job. I want you to graduate. And my hope was I was going to drag you over the finish line this graduation year, and I'm very disappointed, very disappointed. One thing you did do is complete the anger management course, so that's a plus. But he says you changed your residence, you're living with some boyfriend that's older than you, smoking dope, not going to school, flunking your class. Those are the allegations.
I was actually staying with my friend, and I moved back in with my father just recently. So that's why I didn't tell him the change of address, because it wasn't going to be temporary.
All right. Well, he's recommending a substantial jail sentence. And so my advice to you, Ms. Jackson is here from the Defender's Office, and she would probably give you the same advice. That you plead not guilty to this, and I appoint your original attorney who helped negotiate this, Mr. Bush, for a probation violation hearing. I want you in school, and I want you passing your classes. My goal was to get you to graduate, discharge you from probation. But Daniel says it's not looking real good.
I'd like to know how I can get to school today. Like, do I go to school today? Because it's a 3-hour walk.
The look on her probation guy there when she says that is
A
just
3-hour walk? Does she go to school in another county?
Apparently so.
Okay. Like, do I go to school today? Because it's a 3-hour walk.
Where do you live?
I live outside of Sturgis.
Well, they have a bus.
Mhm.
Anyway, so
The
then
bus?
you're gonna get it. You're gonna end up.
This ain't gonna
spending
pick you up
the summer
3 hours
in
away.
jail As a trustee.
3-hour walk.
Don't ask me how to get to school. You figure it out. You're a student at the school. And I don't know that.
Yes, but having court this early in the morning is not okay. Like the afternoon, yes, but during school hours, I had a presentation this morning.
She did it.
But no, I couldn't go because I have to come here because I have to be first thing in the fucking morning.
Oh.
All right. I'm going to cancel your
No.
and direct you to appear at the court. I find that you're in contempt. I'm issuing a bench warrant for your arrest with no bond, effective immediately. You can either come to the jail and turn yourself in, or we'll come to your house this afternoon and pick you up. You and I need to have a face-to-face discussion about the terms of your probation and how you conduct yourself in court. I want a telephone call. I want you to be here. And I don't want you F-bombing me, and I don't want you playing up.
I'm so sorry, sir.
There is a bench warrant for your arrest effective immediately with no bond. Well, that went pretty
And
well.
she's gone.
And that has been my experience. The counselor from the school has said ever since she's gotten with this 21-year-old boyfriend, it's gone downhill fast. Because he can buy marijuana and he buys it and then smokes it with her.
Why she can't?
You on drugs?
Do this appears via TX only.
Wow. What a sweet young girl. I would love to see her.
Well, so
All right. Well, I'm gonna shut this off.
and
All
that's
right,
it there.
So that was good.
That
we're
is-
gonna issue an immediate bench warrant, and you'll see what you can do to get that served. We'll get her in here.
Exactly, Benita. That's why we watched it today, because she turned herself in. I was watching this morning. She hasn't been on yet, but she turned herself in like she was supposed to.
Assistant Public Defender Chelsea Carey.
So she turned herself in. We're in hopes that we'll get to see her appearance.
And during this morning, while he was on, he said that he's going to see her this afternoon. So fingers crossed that while we're doing We Got a Case today, he jumps on it. We get to see her live in court. That would be great. That's the only reason why I wanted to start with that, just in case, because you'd see me going, oh my God, yes, it's her. You know, if she made it in, I want to make sure that everybody saw that. So she kind of effed up. I think it's going to learn a lesson.
You need to unmute.
Back to live stuff now. Thank you guys. Great crowd. Please like this. Subscribe if you're new here.
Oh, you almost had it.
Let's see what kind of mood the Honorable J. Cedric Simpson is in.
Okay, I can't hear a word you're saying. Oh, well.
Pretty good so far when I watched them this morning.
All right. I'll pass it and see if somebody can get
He's got a
him
very sleepy
doing
crowd.
whatever he's going to do. Court calls case, people versus Rashida Alverson.
Rob Down on behalf of people.
Ready again, Judge. Torshel Feaster, Assistant Public Defender, on behalf of Ms. Overson. Ms. Overson, please unmute and state your name for the record. Thank you, Judge. I have had an opportunity to speak to Ms. Overson and to Mr. Dowd on this matter. My understanding is Mr. Dowd is still considering my plea request on this file, and I believe he said 3 weeks should be a good amount of time for him to let me know if that's going to be sufficient, Your Honor.
That is
What's
correct,
her first name?
April 14th, 2022, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge.
Yep.
For once, that seemed a little too
Court
loud.
calls case, people versus L'Oreal Parham.
On behalf of the people.
Assistant Public Defender Melissa Kleeman on behalf of Ms. Parham. And ma'am, can you unmute and state your name for the record, please?
Doria Barham.
And the phone number that we had for Ms. Barham was unfortunately disconnected. If we could get a 2-week adjournment. And ma'am, I'm going to type the number into the chat. If you can give us a call to update, please.
So if your phone gets disconnected, you could get a continuance. There is a tip. If you're looking for extra time, have your phone disconnected so they can't contact you and you can keep it going.
Pro tip.
Unbelievable.
Okay. April 7th, 2022,
Yes.
9 a.m. without objection. Court calls the case of the people versus Chanel Parker.
Jessica Blanche appearing on behalf of people.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Chinazi Carey Akinrili on behalf of
Woohoo.
Ms. Chanel Parker.
Jessica looking very Denise Moore this morning.
Ms. Parker. She's
Miss
not
Parker
checked
don't
in.
know.
And Brenda Jones, I
Your
figured
Honor,
she'd
I
have
did
one of those
speak with Ms.
spiritual
Parker
balls
as
next to
recent
her.
as this morning. She assured me that she had received the Zoom link. I forwarded.
She works for
If
Miss
we can just
Cleo.
pass this matter, I can give her a call very quickly and see.
Not doing it. Bench warrant.
No
10%. They need to get themselves in. Cash
Yeah, we're not
security.
doing
That
that.
warrant will issue immediately.
Bench warrant. We're not doing that. Look at that. Look at the bailiff's face. Like, ooh.
Mr.
Do I
Dunn.
supposed to be here?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. So, Mr. Nunn, you muted. Okay, now you're on.
Yeah, I had to go to my settings on my phone and able to mic.
I know everybody was seeing you. All right. Court recalls the case, people versus none.
Okay.
Caitlin Kirby on behalf of the people.
Again, Your Honor, Chinazi Carey Akinrili on behalf of Mr. Lamont Nunn.
All right. What are we doing on this case?
Your Honor, there is additional video that we have requested from the people. So we are, I think if we can get a 2-week adjournment, we should be able to resolve the matter.
April 7th, 2022, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you.
We had a
Thank
very
you.
good, before we went
Court
live, that
calls
was
case
a
people
very
versus
good
Viola Porter.
driving.
Caitlin Kirby on behalf of the people.
They're always fun.
Ready, Your Honor. Portia Feaster, Assistant Public Defender, on behalf of Ms. Porter.
Everywhere.
Ms. Porter, please state your name for the record.
Viola Porter.
Thank you, Judge. I have had a chance to speak to Ms. Kirby on this file. I have not had a chance to speak to Ms. Porter on this file. Ms. Porter, I put my number in the chat. If you could please give me a call. Your Honor, I'm requesting an adjournment of about 2 or 3 weeks. I know there's some money that needs to be paid on this file in order to get things resolved.
Mr. Feaster.
Without objection, April 14th, 2022, 9
Very
a.m.
charismatic.
Bond continued.
Please call me, Ms. Porter.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Porter. Calls case people versus Michael Roberts.
Jessica Blanche appearing on behalf of people.
Assistant Public Defender Melissa Kleeman on behalf of Mr. Roberts. And sir, if you are present, can you unmute and state your name for the record, please? I had contact with him as recently as this morning. He does have the Zoom information. I'm not sure why he's not here. If we could pass briefly, I could try to get him here.
Nope.
You already tried that.
Understood.
Bench warrant, 10,000. Cash surety. That warrant will issue immediately.
He is just laying it on them this morning.
Court calls case of the people versus Gregory Scully.
One of those days I
Commissioner
got
Ganatra,
time.
First Assistant Prosecuting Attorney for the people.
Assistant Public Defender Melissa Kleeman on behalf of Mr. Scully. We did receive information this morning that he is currently in the hospital. I did send that over to Ms. Tang, a photo of his hospital band. We are asking just for a 2-week adjournment.
Of his hospital bands? Wow. That
There's
is
no
not
objection. I'll adjourn this out to the 7th.
another pro tip. Get in the
April 7th,
hospital.
2022, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Oh, Jules, was it Melissa that he had the run-in with?
Those case people versus Marquita
forgot. Remember I was talking about where she didn't have any of her cases ready and all
Anderson
that.
on behalf of Ms.
Mhm.
Simmons. Ms. Simmons, please unmute and state your name.
You've tried that already today. She made it.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. We did send over a copy of a plea agreement as well as the police report. This will be a no contest plea to embezzlement 200 to 1,000. In exchange for that plea, the prosecutor will dismiss count 1 My client will be entering a no contest plea due to civil liability.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Ms. Simmons, can you raise your right hand?
A little bit of
Do you
embezzlement.
solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the
He
truth,
is
the whole truth, and
feisty
nothing but the
every
truth,
day,
so help
and you
you
get
God?
some swings with him, and I
State your
love
name
it.
for the record.
Marquita Simmons.
All right, Ms. Simmons, it's this court's
Yes,
understanding that
Terminator
you are
is-
going to be
Matter of
pleading
fact, I've got it up.
no contest to the charge of embezzlement, 200 to 1,000. That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 1 year incarceration, a $2,000 fine plus court costs. The fine could be increased to 3 times the value of the property. If that's greater than $2,000, that would become the maximum fine. You understand that?
Yes.
Do you understand what a no contest plea is, ma'am?
Yes.
All right.
Will you
Think
tell the
about
courtroom
I'm
what it
gonna
is?
Tell you just to make sure that you
I'll
understand. First thing you need to understand is that it means that you're not further desirous or wanting to contest this charge. You understand that?
Yes. You might be a
Second
little
thing you
much.
need to understand is that for purposes of sentencing, the court is going to treat you the same as though you had pled guilty. You understand that?
Yes.
All right. Still wish to plead no contest?
Yes.
Last
And
chance.
to that charge, how do you plead?
No contest.
Now, you understand that by pleading no contest, you'll not have a trial of any kind.
Yes.
Because of that, you're giving up certain rights. You're giving up your right to call witnesses to speak for you at trial or to have this court compel their attendance. You're giving up your right to see, hear, and question all witnesses against you at trial. You're also giving up your right to be a witness for yourself or to remain silent and not have that silence used against you. And you're giving up your right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand that?
Yes.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right.
Where do you think she stole this money from?
Yes.
All right. Are you on probation?
I don't think it said, dude.
Are you on
Not yet.
parole?
No.
Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today on the record to get you to plead no contest?
You should
No.
read the charges here. in a minute.
Anybody threaten you or coerce you?
No.
Brenda's
You're doing this
asleep, by the way.
voluntarily
Yes.
and of your own free will.
Yes.
Court has been.
You turned the
provided
lights off and
the
just kind of nodded
Department
out.
of Public Safety, their report number 16, 15434, and has reviewed saying. Counsel, any objection to the court reviewing that report?
Has she moved?
No, Your Honor.
No, she's out.
On a review
Like-
of that report, the court does find that there's a sufficient factual basis in which the court could determine the defendant's guilt of this offense. Counsel, have I complied with the court rule?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, she's alive.
Court will accept the defendant's plea of no contest to count 2. Count 1 is dismissed.
It is, but it isn't.
Pre-sentence investigation and report is ordered at 14A1.
I believe
probation.
legally it's
Sentencing
not
will be May 11,
viewed as either way.
2022, 9 a.m., and that is before me.
He did say, though, the court will view that as a
Bond will
guilty plea.
continue.
The
All right.
same as a guilty plea.
Thank you, Ms. Simmons. Thank you.
Sorry, thank
Gosh, I was hoping you'd read the charges.
Court calls
I'd love
case
to heard
Bill
that.
versus Charles Starks.
Oh, let's see what Charles did.
Has
and
Roger
then we'll
Summers
jump
been spoken yet?
over to Cook County.
Elizabeth Andery, Assistant Prosecuting Attorney on behalf of people.
Uh-oh. Cedric started shaking his head.
Do you have an attorney? He does.
She looks frozen.
She does.
Or petrified with fear.
Or
Ms. Clayman?
Are you creed framing?
All right, Mr. Starks, I'll have to
Yes.
wait here for a minute.
Okay.
Your attorney's screen froze. She'll have to sign back in.
Hi.
I know.
Well, she's an attorney?
I'm so sorry.
She's here.
Oh, look at this other one.
I'm under Melissa Kleeman on behalf of Mr. Starks, and
Body
we are
shot.
just asking for a brief 2-week adjournment. Sorry, 1 second. There we go. All right. We're just
Melissa's
asking
the
for a
one.
brief 2-week adjournment.
See
We
how
are
she's being
working on a
overly
resolution to
nice?
this case. I think it will
Mhm.
resolve in this court.
She got her ass chewed.
I will note that this case is from 2006, and it might just be prudent to set it for a Zoom exam. And if we need to reach a resolution, we could do it at that.
2006.
Would that be fine with you, Mr. Starks? Setting it for
Yeah.
the exam we talked about? Okay, that's fine with us then. We have no objection to it being over Zoom.
preliminary examination will be set via Zoom. And that will be set before Judge Perry on April 5th.
Wow. That's a
2022, 9 a.m.
while ago.
Judge Perry.
Yes, sir. Fund will continue. All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
There's some sort of statute of limitations there, or no?
For cause case, People versus Roger Summers.
All right, let's jump over to Cook County.
Into a squad car, the defendant
See what's going on.
the victim officer in Cadella in the chest, causing some bruising and injury. The victim was then placed into the car and taken for further process. So stipulated.
Just stipulate that would be the testimony of the witnesses.
And the factual basis for the plea, I find Mr. Gordon guilty as to count 1 as charged. Judgment under the findings, state of a motion.
Motion to not address part of the plea.
Aggravation, Attila.
Your Honor, the defendant has 2 misdemeanor convictions, 16 criminal damage to property, 2 days in jail, 12 criminal trespass to vehicle, 1 year supervision.
Mitigation 1.
I would rest on what we discussed in the conference.
Mr. Gordon, anything to say?
No.
Okay. This is really unnecessary. This didn't have to happen. You lose control of yourself, and now you end up a convicted felon. First felony conviction, and it could have been worse than it was. So I'm going to say
There's
2
a-
years probation, felony probation, as I indicated. Statutory DNA costs are ordered over defense objection. So you pled guilty and been sentenced by me of the right to appeal.
This guy kind of looks like a love
You
child
get
between you and
motion to
Knox.
Withdraw your plea. Now file a motion to modify.
Damn
your
handsome, huh?
Whatever you filed, it have to be filed in writing within 30 days. Anything not in the filings would be waived for purposes of appeal. You can't afford lawyers or transcripts. They provide free of charge. Do you have any questions, Ms. Gordon?
No.
Okay, Charlotte, do you want to talk to her now? Or
Great undershot of the cabins there.
Gordon, I want you to break out.
It's a massive room that the jailbird's in.
All right.
Little internet service.
Right. Looking for a lawyer that has a case to call.
Anybody want to take him? Anybody?
Jessica Hunter, Juan Constellion, somebody.
Nobody.
Good morning, Your Honor. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Hi, my name is Abina Evans. I had court this morning. My attorney, my public defender is Eric Shaw, but he's.
Yeah, I think he told me, well, we got a continuance on your case. You've got another case somewhere else, right? We're just.
No, sir. This is the only case I have in your courtroom.
What do we do with Mr. Evans? All right, Eric was here. He Zoomed with us.
Okay, getting somewhere.
The case
It
got,
was 429.
got
420.
continued till April 29th. Let me just see what I wrote. 1 second.
Are you okay, Joseph?
Judge, he was waiting for the BCX material.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Eric is wants you to be evaluated to see if there might be some mental health issues that might be important to your case. And he's in the process. He was explaining to me of getting some records from different places. He's on top of it, but he hasn't. It's going to take a little time to compile records from various places. So the next court date is going to be April 29th. And hopefully you'll be seen by the doctors before then, and we'll have a report and we'll know what the next step is. Okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Your Honor. I appreciate it.
Sure. Thank you.
You have a great day.
Thank you. All right.
Who do you got
Hunter.
up over there?
First appearances, but the judge has just stepped away. So
yes,
as you can see. Oh no, he's back.
Oh, I'm having trouble hearing it.
Email her as well. Try to give her as many opportunities to appear as possible.
That over there at Cook, I know
Busy.
Terminator
So,
sent me over links.
I think we need to note that the arraignment
The judge
happened
seemed a little bit
because
all the
filing of
time.
The NOA under our court rule takes care of that. Although in this situation, it's a little different than usual, but so then it just strictly is calendared for a mandatory pretrial And that we send summons for May 4th at 8:30.
This judge is packed with passion, Creed. If you want to jump to this other one that you sent, I have it up.
Oh yeah, do you got it?
Last case we're reviewing is Tyson Williams on for.
Your Honor, I see that Mr. Adderley was already given a non-consent $2,000 bond yesterday on 3 of the 4 warrants, and we are here today on his additional warrant for possession of methamphetamine. The state's recommendation on that one will be an additional.
Not yet, but I'm sure we'll see some.
Given the amount of methamphetamine found in this case. There were 2 bags of ecstasy pills. One bag was 10.2 grams and the other one was 6 grams. So $5,000 on this charge.
This guy likes to party.
What were the charges from yesterday? Do you know? Do you recall?
Ghostbusters.
Yes, I can take a look. The other 3 charges are possession of marijuana with intent to distribute, driving while license suspended or revoked.
Marijuana, I like that.
Okay, all right. Gotcha. Okay, Mr. Mack?
Yes, Judge, I believe the breakdown was $1,000 on the felony, $500 on the misdemeanors. He's 30 years old. Judge Williams gave him that $2,000 bond yesterday. He lives at the same address for the past 3 years in Stone Mountain, Georgia, with his fiance and
Home
4
of Jake
children.
the Snake Roberts.
Been in Georgia for the past 12 years, originally from Florida. He owns his own pine straw distribution business, K&Q Pine Straw.
Does he rake it
pine
up?
straw and mulch.
Bail her up.
Graduated from Job Corps 2009.
Which is that 40 foot high.
College.
Put her in the pickup truck.
Have some
Just need
health
2
risk
hands full of pine
issues.
straw.
I'd
How much?
not like to disclose that on YouTube, but it is stuff that he probably needs to take care of once he's out receiving treatment. Your Honor, I was going to ask for a $1,000 additional bond since that's what he received, I believe, on the possession with intent.
Marijuana.
Okay, I'm not inclined to at that amount. I concur with the state, but I'll round it off at 5. So I'll give him a 3,000. So I'll grant you a $3,000 bond on the possession of methamphetamine. I agree with the state. That was quite a bit he allegedly had on his person, plus with the intent to distribute marijuana. Looks like he may be in the distribution business. Again, presumption of innocence.
Maybe he's not
All right,
just growing
$3,000
pine
regular
straw, is
bond.
what you're saying, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Okay, sir, you're excused from court.
So it's 5,000 total.
Yes.
Beyond.
Pine straw business isn't as good as it used to be, Creed.
All right, we'll scroll down to position 4.
Here comes the judge. Here comes the judge.
There you go.
That would be Haven Taylor for Mr. Clark, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Taylor.
I don't want to, put his business out on YouTube. Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Clark, you're before the court under warrant, 2 warrants, 22W004338. First warrant charges you with theft by receiving stolen property. In this case, it was a Ford Mustang. Also charged of possession
What year?
less than 1 ounce of marijuana that was located in the
95.
vehicle. Your criminal history, I do show that you have quite a bit, 19 cycles of criminal history. And let's see, it looks like you have multiple misdemeanors that I'm just not going to go ahead and recite all those. 2013 financial transaction card theft, plus financial transaction card fraud, a parole violation in 2013. 2015, they're theft by shoplifting and a violation of probation. 2016, you have an entering auto and theft by taking.
Just the hits.
2017, you have another violation of probation.
That's great.
2020, you have another theft by taking and 4 probation violations. And you currently have a pending from June 2021 theft by shoplifting offense. All right, so a lot of thefts involved with your history, sir. So
He's got
Ms.
sticky
Sapp,
fingers,
do you have
Your
recommendation on
Honor.
bond?
Yes, Your Honor, the state will recommend a $10,000 regular bond and special conditions stay away from the victim and do not return to the incident location, which is the garage of the office building.
believe you've said that before.
The stay away and do not
Send
return
Earl
to
to
the
say it
incident
next
location
time.
is the victim's wish. In this case,
Funnier when Earl
I
says
do
it.
see that
It's way
Mr.
funnier
Clark
when
has
Earl
19
says it.
cycles in Georgia, mostly convictions for felony or misdemeanor.
And Middleton
is
is
quite
live.
concerned that he will be a risk to reoffend, as well as the failure to appear because he had a few, at least one FTAs in the past. So that will be the state's recommendation.
So
They just went live.
Hello, John.
Please just bring her in so we don't have to hang out all day.
Man, Deborah's makeup is on point today. Baby.
Where is she?
on Wayne Tolbert as well?
Bring her in.
Yes, he is.
Okay.
He's got a trifecta.
Is he on Zoom or is he?
Well, he's here with me in the courtroom.
I was just thinking
Yeah,
maybe the conference room if he's going to need to talk to any of them.
Yeah. John, here's what we know.
He might make her wait all day, though.
For Judge Patterson.
Good.
You know?
He
Might be
very
like the
well
last damn thing that he does.
He might send her walking to school after this. I mean, anything could happen.
I talked to her in the jail 2 days ago, and you weren't available, so I knew you'd be available now. So she's gonna.
She just got back from vacation down in Florida.
Looking good.
And maybe we can hook you up.
Zoom user. Hey, Clay.
Big
Clay's
Clay,
in court.
Big Clay has his day in court, finally. Inside jokes. Everybody loves him.
Riley Boyer did turn herself in at the jail last night.
Yes.
I'm gonna need to see her.
Yes.
And Wayne Tolbert,
Bring her in.
after he was AWOL for a year, was put on probation, and they went AWOL again.
Hello, Amy.
And he got arrested last night also. So, Debbie, do you have an offer?
Deborah's
for-
awesome. Her hair and makeup is always on point, though.
DTP, so I
It just seems super good
One
today.
is assault and battery, 2 A and Bs, and a disturbing the peace.
I only had her up for one, so let me find those real quick. Are they all the same victim?
Well, yes, these ladies were in a argument. 201839 allegedly occurred on August 11th of 2020. The other occurred on July 20th.
Two ladies in an argument, you say?
Looks to me like
That's neat.
disturbing the pieces, but I'm not.
That's it. Over 100 of you here.
Let's
Can
see.
you please like this video? Please. Thank you.
Is she only in custody on these, or does she have something else?
No, she's in custody on these only. She missed 6 times.
Ooh.
Bond forfeited by a bonding company. She
Oh.
kept not showing up.
That's-
So I said, I'm just gonna leave you there until we can get Mr. Bush here.
She was living in the Kalamazoo Gospel Mission, I think.
She
And,
lives in a house on 7th Street.
And a super small town, it seems, too.
I remember this. Okay, so we have video of the aftermath. So,
Oh, we're gonna try to stay on until we see her for sure.
okay, she can have 2 DTPs and 1 assault and battery against Holly Osborne.
Not telling you how I know that, Benton, but you're right. I know exactly what you mean.
John, do you want to just go here, or do you want to go back in the conference room so you can talk with her privately?
I think we can just.
Go from here.
John Bush, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, have a seat up
We
here.
didn't discuss. what
Pop a
this-
squat, Mr. Bush.
She's now been in jail for 2 days.
I think 3, maybe one night in Kalamazoo and.
Oh, yeah, she was in Kalamazoo and then they brought her here. Good point.
She had a traffic stop, I think. I don't believe there are any new charges.
No, I don't believe so.
Days.
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna run out, check traffic and weather together.
I think it's going to be a minute for the
Oh, we have all our other stuff.
I think so.
Taylor Combs. Let's see.
I'm not sure if we want to just hang out here or pop around and keep a watch on when she comes in or not.
Why don't we do this? You monitor it while you go outside. We'll put on something else until
All right.
then. And then when you come back, we'll have a better
That
idea where we're sitting.
absolutely works. Which one you go to?
Yeah, I'll just grab this one right here. I'm gonna mute it.
Do you still wish to plead true to violation of conditions 5 and 1?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find 5 and 1 true. Is there an agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. We're asking the court to revoke the defendant's probation and reform the underlying sentence from 5 years to 4 years
like
TDC.
that.
Is that the agreement? Mr. White?
Well, it also includes to take into consideration the 2 felonies that are pending for drug possession.
Right, Judge, and I have those night mag numbers for you.
Yes, what are those numbers?
650620.
Mhm.
And the second one is 650621.
All right, is that the agreement, Mr. White?
That is, Your Honor.
Ms.
Mr.
Gonzalez, are
White.
you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes.
Went to the Bishop
Are you
School of
waiving your right to
Broadcasting.
appeal?
Yes.
All right, then the court will follow the agreement. The court is finding 5 and 1 true, granting the motion, sentence you to 4 years in the prison. Taking consideration night mag
Thank
number
you.
650620.
Glad you like it.
650621, and give you credit for any time served. I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Spock, maybe? I see
Because
that.
this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission. to
Jen, what's
appeal.
up?
Do you understand?
You guys make sure you
Yes,
like
ma'am.
this video,
And
please.
Because this is a
Helps us
felony
out tremendously.
conviction,
If you
you're
don't
not
do it, we
allowed to
can't get
own or
nowhere.
possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a question of what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Ms. Gonzalez, I gave you a chance. I actually ordered parenting classes because either you have children or you're a
It says
grandparent.
where she's
You
at.
still need to follow up with that when you.
Yeah, she's in Texas.
If you have a drug or alcohol problem, there are plenty of places that are available for you for free to go to. But if you don't take care of your issues, which I
Softens his
tried to help you with
features,
by
Jay.
referring
Makes
you to
him look
felony drug
nice.
court and giving you these programs, you're going to end up continuing being in somebody's Bexar County jail. It may be Bexar County, it may be another county, or in and out of prison. Don't let that be you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Norma.
Appreciate it.
All right, you're welcome. Norma, Ms. Gonzalez can go back. And Mr.
I like
White,
that
you're
in the
excused.
courthouse, in
Thank
the
you.
jail, they give you a little like your telemarketer.
George Sharman back from conference.
This is Judge
All
Stephanie
right.
Boyd, by the
Alice
way.
Warburton, where are you?
I'm here, Judge. So,
Oh, just 1 second.
oh, okay.
Calm down, Miss Alice.
No
Calm
problem. I have to
down.
line people up.
I have never been the host of a Zoom other than just with one person, my client, so I can only imagine.
Oh, I always tell people there are like 50 or so people on this Zoom.
I can't, I've never been the host of anything like that.
Alice,
All
we
right,
get it. Calm
Mr.
down.
Edmonds, who's your client? It's Herrera, correct?
Correct, Judge, you're right.
All right, I'm going to send you to a breakout room to confer.
I've already talked with Michael and with Mr. Herrera.
All right, so you need to speak with Mr. Herrera.
I've already spoken with him and also spoken with Michael as well, Michael Villarreal.
So what we're saying
All right, well, your
is they
client
don't
is
need to talk to
continuing
anybody.
in breakout room number 12, so he'll need to come back to the main room.
Okay.
All right, Alice Warburton, who do you have?
I have Israel Elizondo, Judge. He's here on Zoom. This is his second appearance in your court, Judge. So last time we were here, we wanted some additional discovery. It is my understanding from Mr. Villarreal that some of that discovery from one agency was mailed a few days ago, and we're still waiting to hear back from CPS. And for that reason, there's still not an offer at this time, but they have scheduled a meeting with the family, and we are expected to get at least some of those records any day now. So progress has been made. And so for that reason, we'd like at least a 30-day reset.
She has a great
because,
voice.
as you say, about patience in your pocket, we're dealing with We're dealing with CPS, Judge, and when we're talking about CPS records,
Great ceiling fan,
they can
Israel.
they can be difficult. So, whatever the court would like to do, I'm fine with that in terms of a longer reset, or if you want to keep your thumb under it in 30 days, that's fine by me. But the case
So
is
is the CPS records the only thing that's outstanding?
well, and another set of records, but they're local records from a treatment center. And
Haley, good to see
Mr.
you.
Villarreal did when we were in the breakout room. He called them, and they said that they put them in the mail.
Gonna jump. He's talking. He's briefing.
Yeah, we're on go. I was gonna explain some things.
He's briefing John Bush on what was happening. Turned the record on and called the jail. So
I was going.
Wasn't even there. You can't blame me. I did go back and watch, so I knew what I was getting into here, though.
So they're bringing people down from the jail. We don't know who they're bringing though.
yeah, he's got a couple of people, but he's got John Bush in there for her.
Okay.
Otherwise, we're not in bad shape. We only had the 3 cases, and so hopefully we can accomplish this.
Always, and it's funny how some well, like no smoking, no lights, and others are just like, hey, do what you want, eat a couple steaks and smoke a few cigarettes, go lay in bed. It's fine.
Take us on a long, beautiful walk.
I don't think the weather is going to be any great shakes for the next
If
several weeks.
if you watch a lot of 3B with these two here, and with John Bush, TJ Reed, any of the big players, these moments with them, just the bantering is sometimes fun too.
March and November, although Rob loves November because of the deer season, but March is right at the bottom of the list.
Potentially got a real good one coming up, Rosy Cheeks, with this girl. We'll see.
She's finally going to get put in her place. I'm looking forward to this.
I cannot wait.
Because it seems like she's been given all kinds of chances too.
Yeah. Yes, Joseph. Yes. And it has been since he started doing YouTube like 2 years ago. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, I didn't.
When he starts talking about important stuff, I can assure you we will say nothing.
It's been in here. I mean, since.
Yeah, and she came back sick, so I think she's in the same building, just in her office.
Yellow chairs that are vinyl and wipeable.
Been here longer than I have.
I was gonna say he's got such an old looking courtroom, doesn't he?
No.
They came in 1976 when they opened this building.
It's ridiculous.
They've been here ever since. Certainly got the noise with them. I guess they did that.
It's round, right? I'm not wrong by saying the courtroom is
I
round.
wish that they could.
Well, the furniture is.
Be sanitized. Maybe
Uh,
the ones in my office.
The wall even looks curved
Behind him is definitely.
Than the ones in our back, like our conference room. Not the most.
Well, at one time I gathered up a matching set of wooden chairs.
Oh yeah, we have those out in the front room, right?
Well, those are circuit court jurors' chairs. There were 14 of them. And they were scattered around when the upper floor of the courthouse was closed off before it was refurbished. So I gathered a set of them. They're still there.
6 or 8 months.
Yeah,
but
the
I've
wooden ones are still out in.
seen all the bangers anyway.
About 25 years ago, and
They haven't moved.
they're not.
I let Creed watch all the court. I'll watch all the chases.
100
Yep.
years old.
We meet somewhere in the middle.
Circuit court jury chairs.
There's
Funny
lots
you
of
mention that because when Josh and I walked out to go get
great
lunch,
ones
I
to go
looked at it,
back
I thought,
to at
Session,
some
I'm like,
point.
I feel like I'm just gonna take some of these chairs because you can wipe them down and clean them and put them in my office and switch these upholstered ones out there.
All right,
But
it's going to be a
now I
second.
feel
We can
guilty
jump
because
to something else if you want
you'll notice, and it
to.
wouldn't be a matching set.
Yeah, what we'll do is
Switched them around.
let's jump over here because they're still seeing people here in the courtroom.
I'll
Okay,
keep an
so
eye.
I've
We'll
been
know
able to
when
look
they're
over them and recall reviewing these. All right, so crossing the guard lines without the consent of the jailer. You're charged with felony tampering with evidence.
He had a tear
Charged
down
with
yesterday morning.
conspiracy to commit a felony. Also charged with obstruction of law enforcement officers and
Still love
charged
the
with
first
theft by
appearance.
receiving stolen property.
She got a little bit of everything.
Let's see, a motor vehicle in that case. Okay. Let's see, on Mr. Jones, I show 4 cycles of criminal history, a 2008 conviction for armed robbery, and a 2012 conviction for aggravated assault.
Tear down.
Ms. Sapp?
Owner, the state will recommend $5,000, a regular bond. Mr. Jones had a short but significant criminal history with the conviction for armed robbery and the conviction for aggravated assault. Therefore, the state will recommend an amount of $5,000 in this case.
Okay, Mr. Matt?
Yes, Judge, Mr. Jones is 31 years of age. I'm going to jump in and talk about the criminal history first, Judge. It appears that his armed robbery case was an SB 440 when he was a very young man, 16 years of age, treated as an adult, was sentenced to, I want to say 15 years, did nearly every single day, got out in 2020, got out without an ID, a birth certificate, any identification. So he's had.
We have movement.
Who? Let me know when you.
Good.
Lori has a hell of a beard.
Yes, she does.
I think you need a pay increase. Full wash cars.
Then he can afford a razor.
Judge, is this set for a contested that day, or is it just a setting?
That's all right.
There you go.
Let me get back to some.
He could at least be somewhat productive while he was serving his custodial sentence. I do have a good permanent address for him here in Decatur, have a solid phone number for his uncle that we're going to reach out to. But basically he's had trouble, no steady employment because he doesn't have these identification. He was released a $25 check on a Greyhound bus and sent back home. And this was in 2020. So Your Honor,
is he praying?
He doesn't have the money. He doesn't.
Crying?
He's got ties here, and this case happened.
Nicholas looks like he has a mushroom growing out of the top of his
17
head.
case or 7 case happened here in DeKalb County, so he's from here.
He kind of looks like he's
I
holding
just
in
don't
a
know that he can
poop,
afford anything,
like-
Judge. So we're going to ask for UJR.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mack.
That
Yeah, tough circumstances,
confused
but the allegations I find to
constipation
be
look.
concerning.
Yeah.
He's allegedly driving a stolen vehicle.
Oh, I think he just farted.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to go with the state's recommendation on the $5,000 regular bond. It actually comes to
Uh-oh.
$5,500. I'll go ahead and break the bond down as follows.
Wait, I'm already there.
And
Not getting out.
so the crossing the county guard lines is going to be $2,000 regular bond.
Ooh.
You okay, Nicholas?
Don't cross the line, my friend.
Tampering with evidence, a $1,000 regular bond.
Don't tamper with evidence, my friend.
You see the little
Conspiracy to commit a felony, 1,000.
Weird. That's his thinking cap.
500 on the obstruction of law enforcement officers.
Oh, Blue, we got it pulled up and ready.
Yeah, we're waiting for her. Yeah, I can see
And
down
1,000
there
on
waiting
theft
for her
by
to come in.
receiving the motor vehicle, stolen property. Total bond is $5,500 regular bond.
Far too handsome to be my brother.
Okay, sir, $5,500 regular bond. Somebody would have to post about a little over 650 to get you out, or 550 to have you released from custody. Your attorney will follow up with you. Your excuse from court.
He's not very happy.
Not at all.
Hey, good news tonight's spaghetti night. I mean, doesn't get much better.
Now, my understanding that Miss McNeil was on.
Oh,
I'm
is
not
that
sure
her?
if it's her or not, but
And then there's one other one. Good afternoon, Ms. Johnson. Can you hear
Nope.
me?
Yes, sir.
well, we'll watch this anyway.
This is Middleton once again. When I talked to you yesterday, I didn't have Mr. Bush available, your lawyer. He's here in the courtroom with me, and he has been to the jail to talk to you.
Yes,
As
sir.
I expressed, I was quite frustrated because you'd missed 6 previous court hearing dates. So I wanted to hold on to you to see if we could get these matters.
I think this is who, during the cat thing, I think this is who he was talking about.
In file 201862, you're charged with disturbing the peace. I do believe I have some bond money in the file. I'll have to check. Disturbing the peace is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $100 plus costs. I say this a lot. Doesn't matter who was right or wrong, or who started it. Was there a quarrel, argument, or disturbance in this place? That allegedly occurred on July 20th of 2020. This case is so old because you've missed so many court dates.
That's a lot of court dates. 6.
The second case is file 201839. That alleges 2 counts of assault and battery on Holly Osborne and Melissa Simpson.
Somebody to get their computer issue figured out there.
I know.
Who? Police officer.
They were both against Miss Osborne. It was just 2
I don't
incidents.
actually have the complaint though. All right, assault and battery is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. The prosecutor is represented here by Miss Deborah Davis. She has offered to dismiss one of the assault and battery counts if you plead to 1 count of assault and battery on Holly Osborne and 1 count of disturbing the peace. I expect I should be able to sentence you here today. I believe you've been in jail for 3 days, 1 day in Kalamazoo, and 2 days here in our jail, right?
I spent a day and a half in Kalamazoo yesterday.
All right, how many nights?
I spent.
Like a hotel room. How many
All right.
nights do you get for that?
Mr. Bush, as I indicated, had been out to the jail to see you, which I appreciate. So, Holly, what do you wish to do here?
Now, could you make a record on that?
Oh, yes. Thank you. Mr. Bush had been appointed to represent you way back in 2020, but you kept missing court appearances. Then you'd get arrested. I got you out of jail. Then you missed another court appearance. In the meantime, he's been appointed to represent the father of your children in an abuse and neglect case. But he does not believe that that is a conflict for him to represent you in these 2 misdemeanor cases from 2020. So he said in talking with you today, he just realized that had occurred. Do you have any objection to Mr. Bush representing?
Oh, he was talking about that, so it could be a little bit of a
No, sir, I don't.
conflict technically.
What would you like to do here?
I would like to, if I could, just go ahead and resolve these cases and like either do probation or something.
All right, I'm not even sure. If
Or
it
something.
may just be a fine and jail, but let's talk about this. Holly, do you understand that if you plead guilty to these charges, you're going to be giving up your right to have a trial in front of a judge or jury? There will be no trial. Do you understand that?
Just Ronnie?
Yes, sir, but I'm not
If you-
Holly.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're
Whoops.
Brittany. I'm sorry. Holly's the complainant. I apologize. That's what happens when you get old. And Debbie and John were too polite to tell me that I was off the rails again. No, Brittany. I'm sorry. I've known you for several years. Brittany, do you understand?
You're a troublemaker, Brittany.
Trial
Yeah.
if you enter a plea on these charges.
Yes, sir, I was actually, if I remember correctly, I entered a plea on these when it first started, but my plea was not accepted because when I went to go explain why I assaulted Mrs. Osborne,
Yeah.
I was in defense of my
Poor Sharon.
son because she had put her hands on my child. That's why my plea wasn't accepted.
All right. Well, let's see where we go here.
Husband's
This is gonna
new
be-
girlfriend.
This is going to be a mess, I think.
By an
Here.
attorney. Mr.
Got
Bush is
chances.
here with you. You could also hire an attorney of your own choosing if you wished. If you had a trial, you'd have a right to have any of the witnesses for or against you subpoenaed to come to court so they could be questioned under oath.
He asks all the time, is your dad's name? How about is your grandfather? How about your Uncle Rick?
Mm-hmm.
Not to testify, and if you did not
Does that a
wish to
lot.
testify,
Small town.
the judge or jury could not hold your silence against you, and you have the right to be presumed innocent if and until the state was able to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. you understand all that?
Yes, sir.
Brittany, did anybody threaten you to get you to plead to this?
No, sir.
Or threaten
I'm
you
just
or
trying
promise?
to-
Wow, what happened to Deborah?
Told you that makeup made all the difference in the world.
Boy, I guess she was using a filter, huh?
You said it doesn't matter who was right or wrong or who started it. Back in July of 2020, out on Lutz Road, did you get into a quarrel with some other ladies, Tamara Turner?
Nervous much, Deborah?
And others?
Yes, sir. I went to go do a job interview at the golf course in Three Rivers.
Yes.
They happened to follow me out there, and there was a physical altercation of where the Miss Turner and Selena, the other girl Selena, and her boyfriend had attacked me, and I got disturbed in the peace because I was still very vocal when the police showed up. I was still
All right, I
very
think that's-
agitated.
John, are you satisfied with that factual basis?
Yes, there's factual basis, Jim.
Would it be funny
Let me take a look.
if he didn't notice it and he just references him as Deborah?
Mhm.
It did at that point in time, but actually, I'm planning on going back to McDonald's in Three Rivers. The moment I get out of here, I have to go talk to my old boss.
I would probably do that too the minute I get out of jail, go get a Big Mac.
All right. I'm gonna order 3 days jail credit, 3 days concurrent with the assault and battery case, which is 201-839 SM.
I really had hoped she got the job at the
Waive
golf
the attorney
course.
fee and the fine, but there's a $75 crime victim.
Surely that's a little better than
$50
McDonald's, huh?
state
Gotta
minimum,
be.
which is $125. You
Seasonal
posted
job, though.
$100 of bond.
Snack bar girl.
$25 in that case. I'm gonna make that due by,
No, she'd drive the golf cart that picks up the balls that drives back and forth. You know, the one that you point at
very good.
at the range.
Try to hit.
Is it Knox's birthday today?
Correct.
I wish him a happy birthday at 11:59.
All right,
tonight.
that takes care of disturbing the peace.
I love that it didn't change his name. It just says Deborah Davis.
She probably did like poop or something. She has not feeling well.
Well, they've hired a new prosecutor. I'm guessing this is him. I've never seen this dude.
He's like me. He's got a fat neck. He can't button that top button.
I mean, he did attempt to get the tie up a little. Do you think that Deborah tied his
Let's talk
tie for
about
him?
the other ones. In that case, it's alleged that on or about August 11th, that you assaulted Holly Osborne. Now, let's talk about that one. Mr.
Yes, sir.
O'Hare has joined us. Hello, Josh.
Hello.
Let me get that one.
Happy birthday!
You told me before, or told Judge Pattison, that this had to do with an interaction with your son. Tell me
Yes, sir.
what happened. This was down at the Shell station on South Main
Oh,
Street.
that would be the second altercation I had. The one at the Shell station. I was originally going to get me a drink. This is after she had already priorly put her hands on my, at that time was my 2-year-old son. She had backhanded him while in my yard. We'd already had a physical altercation before then. At the Shell station, I went to go get a drink. I had seen she was there. I was not going to fight her when I seen her. I went to go calmly talk to her.
Of course.
You know,
She seems like a very calm lady.
because I didn't know who she was and why she didn't put her hands on my kid. And she had looked at me and threatened to burn my house down with both of my children inside.
Oh,
And
wow. That's aggressive.
The
Very
situation I just dealt with, where
Backhanded.
my father had recently tried to, kill me.
Deserves a
with it.
beat down.
How did she even know she had a house?
I snapped and put my hands on her again. Because I
All
felt she was threatening my children's lives, so I reacted in the only way I knew was to put my hands on her.
Especially when you're at a Shell
She ended up
station.
going to the hospital, but she
Way to
did
show your
have
kids.
significant injuries. Josh.
Should have brought a cane,
you're taking over
flipped
for
it upside
Debbie on
down.
Short notice, I do appreciate that. You've always been very accommodating. She's been in jail now for 3 days, plus what she did up front.
So
Well, she kept not appearing and kept getting arrested. So let me count how many days she's actually been in jail.
On new charges or just for failure to appear, Your Honor?
And she bonded. So she
No,
one
Carrie,
day
we're
in
waiting.
September.
I would imagine she's going to be on right after this girl's done, but this is kind of there's a lot to this one.
Yeah, he's taking his time for sure.
Oh, Kimberly, your birthday?
Happy birthday!
I'll say happy birthday to you. I'm going to wait for Knox.
2021. She got another day there. She failed to appear again. She got arrested again in August of 21.
She's a little old to be getting arrested.
One
She
day.
looks
And
like
then
gray in her hair.
she'd go to jail, then she'd get out and she wouldn't show up again.
Yeah. This is the foreplay, Carrie.
That time I had a messed up living
It's
situation.
a lot of kissing.
You got
Keep
arrested.
kissing.
So you had 6 days of jail.
I think her hair would look the same if she was at home right now, zooming in.
Absolutely.
I kind of think so.
So let's take a look at what our bond circumstance is. Joshua, when we were talking with Debbie, the victim had submitted some stuff, but it was several years ago, and she says there's no victim statement in there. Would your preference be for me to get some victim input?
Yeah, so I can see that the victim didn't return any of the victim's rights paperwork, but from the notes in the file, she has been in contact with Marissa Countryman, our victim's advocate. So, and that was today. So
I was really hoping that Josh had a
she
better
knows about
name.
this case. I imagine
Convenient.
would like to give her.
He's a Josh, man. Come on, look at him.
My
Gotta be Josh and me.
is to let Ms. Boyer out of jail, and then set this for sentencing. Brittany, if I set a date, will you show up this time so we can finish our business?
Oh, absolutely.
You told me that you're now living on 7th Street with your grandma.
Yes,
What's your grandma's name?
her name is Sharon Hay.
All right.
Good name.
Are you working?
As soon as I'm released, I have to go talk to my old boss, Sarah, at McDonald's in Three Rivers
Sarah raising its head again.
about getting my job back there. I'm in the process of trying.
What I'm
Kind of surprised he's going to let her.
I'm gonna give you.
Yeah, how about we just go ahead and do it now?
Failing to appear.
I think it's too complicated to sit and do it right now. I could be wrong, but it seems like there's a lot.
Well, especially if there's no, he said it didn't even seem like something she'd go on
3 days.
probation for.
3 days. It'll be 0 days to serve.
Yeah, does she even want her back?
Oh, Grandma, I'll be waiting with open arms. Baby, let's go to McDonald's. Your friend working that gives us free food?
Jail.
Thank you. Because I do have to make a baby doctor's appointment too.
Oh, I don't blame her. I don't blame her beating that ass for that.
That's the case.
Tomorrow she'll be arrested for beating up
Set
McDonald's
your bond.
manager, Sarah.
At $400 PR.
I mean, again, we don't know what the 2-year-old was doing when it was allegedly slapped.
For John, you probably don't have your calendar.
Actually, I've got my electronic one.
Good.
So I'm just- The guy with the hammer, using.
I mean, it looks good on her that there's no like victim statement or anything. You know what I mean?
No, oh, okay, I'll make sure.
For that one, anyways.
Yes, Your Honor, I did slap the 2-year-old. But my defense has been a real a-hole.
Are you available Wednesday, April 13th?
I got to fill in her schedule's wide open.
So she's available. John Bush is always
District court jury trial. So
he's always fun when they set up dates because he would always constantly get up, walk out of the room, go in and ask his secretary, come back, go, I'm sorry, not that date. He'd do it like 6 times. He's so busy.
Monday, the 18th?
So it's nice that he's got his own schedule in front of him for once.
Somebody bought one. Early
Sure
birthday.
is, Meg. Good to see you.
As live as it gets. These are very live cases right now.
That's fine. That'd be easier than trying to figure out the whole Zoom thing.
Need victim input. All right, let me repeat what we just did, Brittany. You pled to disturbing the peace for the incident in July at the golf course. I gave you 3 days in jail and the minimum allowable fine, which is $125. So you still owe me $25.
Yes, sir.
On the second case, you pled guilty to one count of assault and battery, the other count was dismissed. Then I've given you a PR bond, $400 PR bond, which you'll have to sign before you get out. 3 days credit, 3 days for failing to appear. And I've set it for sentencing on April 18th. And I've got your current address on 7th Street.
Yes,
You
sir.
can stay in contact with Mr. Bush. Don't get any more trouble and show up for your court case.
I will, Your Honor.
All right. I'll see you then. Thank you.
Seventh time is the charm, Your Honor.
I think the main event is incoming. I really do. I think this is it.
Okay, we'll see.
We're ready?
All right, now they're gonna bring Miss Boyer in.
It's
that
time.
was a probation violation of arraignment. Daniel is
All right. Is there any way Miss Boyer is hot?
in the middle of something.
She does have a 21-year-old boyfriend.
She was on probation for domestic violence. Let me pull that up. All right, we were able to take care of those 2020 cases. Very good. We got to hold long enough to get the matter resolved. Josh, Tim George is in Judge Stutzman's court.
Okay.
Debbie told me that yesterday Judge Stutzman set like 7 cases for this afternoon, and they were sort of taken aback. So he must be caught up in one of those.
I'm kind of surprised she turned herself in so
Debbie gonna
quick.
come
but-
back on this one, or are you going to be on where?
I think she
just walked through the door.
I think she
Go off the Wi-Fi.
realized
All right, thank you.
she had messed up real bad, like
Let me
Yeah.
pull this up.
especially with the F-bomb.
Yeah. She thought that she was just talking to her buddy.
How old is Kylie? She's supposed to
Well-
graduate this year, right?
He said that. Well, that's her. I'm guessing around
She
18.
was placed on probation at her sentencing. She pled to a domestic violence charge.
Because he said that her 21-year-old old boyfriend.
Uh-huh.
Deborah, you look a lot better than what
It's
we
like
just said.
Grand Central Station in here today, so sorry.
Kylie, good afternoon. This is Judge Middleton. I told you yesterday I wanted to look you in the eyeball. I can see you now, but we're not in the same spot. I'm here at the courthouse, you're there at the jail. You did follow my directive to turn yourself in at the jail. Your lawyer, Mr. John Bush, is here with us. And so I wanted to try to address this. He was scheduled to be here on another matter, and I commandeered him here. We never finished what we were doing yesterday. So let me go back to where we were.
I believe I was just saying F, Your Honor.
I was arraigning you on an alleged probation violation.
Does she pop off here or no? Because she's not right in front of him. You know what I mean? Like,
Right,
they're
it's
still,
different. It's different. Yeah, it's like being.
I
on the
feel
phone.
as if that look on her face, she has something to say, to prove.
File 211276 in August of 2021 on a domestic violence deferral probation. Your probation officer, Daniel Frazine, filed a probation violation petition. And that's what we were talking about when you got mad at me. So let me repeat. The allegation is that you violated your probation by failing to notify your probation officer immediately of a change of address or employment, that you failed to pay fines and costs, that you failed to abstain from the use of drugs or alcohol and submit to a test on demand. And you failed to
Yes, Sarge.
seek or maintain full-time employment.
This
or
is her.
Stay in school. Daniel had filed a status report indicating that you were
Yes.
Go on.
Is he having a stroke?
Well, we're waiting.
We're waiting.
To what?
Go ahead.
Still in mid-sentence.
What'd you say?
showing you that status report. It'll be hard to read on your phone. Anyway, Daniel was concerned and so was I. You were doing okay. You did complete anger management. You had moved from your dad's to your mom's and back to your dad's. Daniel indicated that you didn't show up for testing on January 18th. You had not engaged in CMH. Now engaged. You got 1 day in jail in February. Then you didn't show up for testing. Then you started missing.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Miss school, miss school, miss school. Here's what he wrote. The good news is she did complete her anger management group, which I was happy about. She has unfortunately ignored everything else. She has missed a lot of school, continues to smoke marijuana, refused testing, refused to keep contact information updated. She's failing English, which she needs to graduate, has not made up a major presentation that she missed in over 4 weeks. That might be the one you're upset about yesterday. She's passing all her classes, but she has a D in creative writing.
She's tried to talk a couple times. It just keeps going.
Has had several lengthy conversations with her about her future. She is smart and she has lots of potential, and I agree with that. In Daniel's opinion, it seems like she just wants to be with her boyfriend and smoke marijuana, giving little thought to what lies ahead for her. This officer can't recommend that she get her non-public status with her performance on this probation. He's recommending we simply get off her back, hope she learns something from this, revoke her probation, loss of deferral, nothing further because she did complete anger management. So, Kylie, I mentioned this yesterday. You're smart and you got lots of potential. Charles was angry. My goal when I put you on this probation, now let's back up. You're charged with domestic violence or domestic assault. It's a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. I put you on a probation, which would defer it, which would mean it would take it off your record. You would have no public record of conviction. I also wanted you to graduate from high school. Now, I'm old, but I think that's crucial. And I talk to people that are young. They're looking at things in the short term. This sucks, school sucks, life sucks, but it doesn't always suck. It gets better. And when you watch it, when you're young, it's hard to go back and undo the mistakes that you've made. So I really want you to graduate, in which case I would get off your back. And I would really like you to get the deferral where this charge is taken off your record as a non-public record of conviction. Now, you did the old trick on me where I'm on you, so you turned it around and then were mad at me. And then when you dropped the F-bomb, that was the end of that. But I'm not mad at you. I just want to drag you over the finish line. So Mr. Bush is here with you. Daniel's recommendation was to basically just pull the plug.
Yeah, that dude don't like her at all either.
Call it good. I don't want to do that. I want you to graduate and I want you to have the benefit of this deferral where the charge is taken off your record. What's your response to that?
I've told Daniel multiple times that I don't.
You're gonna have to speak up. The mic's kind of funky in that room.
I've told Daniel multiple times that I do not have a reliable phone number. And I've told him to reach me through my email. And I've also gone up to the DRC and I've told them that I don't have a reliable phone. And they told me that they will not reach me through email.
Well, let's talk about this. How close are you to graduating? Daniel didn't seem very optimistic about that.
2 months. I'm gonna have.
Do you
all of
believe you
my
can
grades up.
graduate in 2 months?
Yes, if I have all of my grades up by next week, which I'm working very hard to.
Plenty of time.
I have both
You can do
of the
it.
presentations that I have to turn in done. I just have to actually do the presentation.
Will they be videotaped?
No, I present them in front of the class.
All right. Because I'd like to see them.
She had a presentation yesterday, Your Honor.
Can she do it right now?
I think
Please.
we do one video presentation.
Well, if it is videoed, I'd like to see it. John and Debbie, what I'm proposing is if she admits the violation, I set the sentencing out for sometime in June. And if she graduates from high school.
It is, Nancy.
I will discharge her from probation, grant the deferral, and burn a birthday candle in celebration. I want you to graduate and I want you to get this deferral. And if I could try to get you to keep, anyway, stop smoking dope between now and then. But I want you to graduate and I want you to get your diploma. So if I let you out of jail,
I will be going to school, yes.
and what address will you be at? The US 12 address or the Cato Lane address?
The US 12 address,
And that's your dad's?
yes.
What's the issue with all the tardies to school, 14 to 20?
Ooh.
Times that you were late.
Oh, damn.
Um,
Working on my presentation, my effing presentation.
I have to walk to school. I'd miss the bus by like 10 minutes and then I just have to walk to school. But for me,
She don't have a reliable alarm clock either.
it's a
Right.
3-hour walk from my house to the high school.
Stop it.
Yeah, you told me that yesterday. You need to get a foot in the adult world. You gotta be places. High school isn't so much about teaching you calculus and algebra and how to dissect a frog. It's about teaching you to be an adult, teaching you to keep commitments, be where you're supposed to be, when you're supposed to be there, and finish your assignments on time. Be respectful to people. Deal with people that are jerks. When you get out in the real world, some people are jerks. Don't be one. But high school is about helping you to become a young adult. And it includes getting your ass out of bed and getting to school on time. Not 9, you're 18. So
Love him.
are you willing to acknowledge that you violated your probation?
Yes.
All right. As indicated, let me ask this. Did anyone promise you anything to get you to make that plea? Other than what I just told you about what I'm gonna do?
He's doing everything in this world to help her.
He really is.
All right. I'm
So-
gonna give you 1 day in jail, credit 1 day
So I'm kind of surprised because he was pissed yesterday.
on me yesterday.
Listen, a night in jail will do that to you. She's obviously thought about this.
Not just that, but someone showing like they give a shit
Though
Right.
goes a long
this
way.
significant other of hers may be contributing to the issues in the probation. I understand she's living with her father and that's the US 12 address, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Would the court consider putting a curfew on her so that we know that she's home where she needs to be at night?
No,
Not
I'm
out
not
doing
gonna-
the drugs.
She's gonna be an adult. I'm not gonna micromanage her life. Here's the
Oh.
deal. You complete
Let her
this probation.
let her screw up, basically.
By June 15th, you get
Just
your
an uproar.
diploma. I'll get off your back. I'm not gonna
Okay.
tell you who your boyfriend could be or who your boyfriend can't be or where you have to be or where you don't have to be. If you can't do those things, you're gonna spend a portion of the summer in the county jail. So
Okay.
whether you stay out till 3 a.m. or whether you get home at 9 o'clock and go to bed and get your work done is part of your maturation process. So all I want,
Maturation.
it's
Nice.
now almost April. You gotta get through April and May and early June and get your diploma.
Oh, she does. I think it's a great idea, but
Would make me happy.
I see what he's
I would
doing.
Get off your back,
Mhm.
you have the deferral. If you don't do that, plan on spending some time at the jail.
He's trying to.
That includes not using marijuana and testing as directed, correct?
Yes?
Yes, I was gonna ask about that. Is there?
Can I do that over
any way
email?
I can test in Sturgis?
Can I test over
My
email?
dad-
Work on that, but yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get you to stop doing that either. All I want you to do is graduate.
Smoke
You've
all
done
the grass you like.
Yes. So we got that accomplished. I don't think this boyfriend is a positive influence in your 18-year-old
You
life.
ain't gonna
but
change that.
I'm not gonna tell you you can't see him. I'm gonna tell you you gotta do what I want you to do.
That's
or you're gonna
good,
go to
Meg.
jail. So
It ain't easy.
how you do it
That was all you.
Yes, loud.
is up to you. Yes, the testing conditions, but she has trouble testing. She can't get there.
Well, I guess
You
it's,
gotta-
yeah, it's not,
It's already a condition of her probation, so I don't need to amend it. It's already on there.
right. And with her drug of choice, I mean, if you can't get in one day, get in the next day. Don't wait 3 or 4 weeks and not test at all.
All right, so she is admitted to violating the probation. I'm gonna set this for sentence for June 15th.
The day after graduation.
She
Wait a minute, that's a Wednesday. How
she
about
seems
you,
to be listening and understanding at the moment, but she's in jail
11.
technically in court. So
I want to see your diploma.
I don't know if we can put this on the record. I'm not sure I have her current address. I know
I'll
something
give
US
it to you.
12.
absolutely, here's
It is the Kylie,
Yes.
you don't have to be valedictorian of your class.
Oh, she
You
won't be.
have to graduate.
Okay.
you don't have to worry about that, Judge.
I don't think the diplomas are gonna be in by June. We usually get them in
Well,
the
we'll
middle.
see. They'll tell me if you graduated. I had a kid that I had a lot of trouble with and he went to
But I will
jail.
have the cover if you wanna see the cover.
That's fine. A year later, he came in, he brought me his diploma. He said, see, I did it. So I was happy for him. All right, you're gonna get out of jail. Is somebody gonna come pick you up?
Yes.
You don't have a 3-hour
Or your
walk home.
probation is still continued.
Hey, old buck.
4-hour walk from the jail, Creed. She's a very slow walker.
You have any questions?
No.
All right, I don't have your current phone number. The one I have ends in 8546.
Yes,
Is that
that is
correct?
my father's phone number.
We'll use that.
I'm supposed to be getting a working phone tomorrow, so I can get.
All right,
the
when you
working
get a
phone.
working phone, I want you to call Daniel and give him that number.
Okay.
Yeah, Deborah wants this to go a different way.
And Mr. Bush.
Did her boyfriend show up all of a sudden?
Is that
All
him?
right, Kylie, do you have any
That'd be funny.
questions?
No.
She's 18
You
now.
got 2 months to get your waterfowl aligned and graduate.
Exactly, Kieran.
And that would make me very happy. All right, you're good to go.
Well, there it is.
Good luck, Miss Boyer.
A continuing saga.
Yeah.
Will Kylie graduate?
I'm not going to be surprised if we see her show up. It's nice. Listen, of course, it would have been great to have her, jump in here just flying off, spouting off like she was at the end of the call yesterday. But it is, man, it just shows. Judge Middleton has great parenting skills, it seems, for some people that probably need it. But unfortunately, I have a feeling we'll be doing an update not all that long from now.
Are we taking odds on her graduating?
Oh, yes.
If she gets her grades up in the next
2 weeks.
She said 1 week. 1 week. If I can get them up next week. You don't say. Look at her. She's excited to hear it too. She's happy you're here.
Interesting. Boy, Deborah wanted that a completely different way,
She wanted to lay it down on her. She wanted the, curfew. She wanted the no contact with the boyfriend. She wanted all those things. And he just wasn't willing to do it.
And I think Kirnoff had said it. I think he said it right. He has given her just enough rope to do her thing. There are so many ways for her to screw this up. But you know what? If she completes it and does her thing, then
it
that
might help
is
with her confidence, It might
ultimately
be the thing she needs to build off of.
And I'm wondering if that night in jail really helped her out, or if it was just the fact that she was in jail for a night, or Anyways, where you want to jump to, Mikey? Feel free to jump around.
Oh, since Cedric isn't in, we'll jump over here real quick, just till he gets back,
Check
and we
your
can visit with
height,
our good
weight,
friend
and everything. Keep your mask on to determine that you're the appropriate person. So,
Drew. Everybody.
Your name, Brandon Jackson.
Thank you, Deborah, for the stars.
There even is, I believe, someone with your date of birth.
And thank you,
Lord,
Lord, for bringing us more Drew.
Information actually happened out of that California. So your attorney properly applied for a motion. I believe that the victim is here on this case, and everybody else is excused from court if you don't need to be here. I think that concludes our proceeding, except for addressing this case with Mr. Niner. And so let's see, I think the victim's name was Bobby, I believe.
Oh, Bobby.
Daily judge. And he did have work at 2, but his mother is Bobby. She was just going to be here to show her support, and if needed, attest to his criminal history. It sounds like that's been taken care of. So Bobby's his
120 of you here. If you would do us a favor, like this video. We do this 5 days a week.
Okay, well, he already spoke last time. I know he was pretty much indicating he wanted to know violent contact, but let me go over the charges. Do you want the mother to go? Since this all happened, I'll let her in. I generally don't let, unless the person's going to testify, I'll go ahead and let her in and just tell her, please don't make any statements.
So Moms is here to help out.
Hey, Ms. Jackson, can you hear me?
As a show of support to this young man that we're about to hear his charges for. Incredible day
We're
so
not
far.
sure. iPhone may be the victim. We don't know who that is.
Probably is. I can't say for sure. He has been waiting to get on.
The victim is here as well.
Message in the chat, but nobody responded.
Message in the chat, you say.
Can always just proffer, but he did want to speak.
All right. Well, I already know that he was going to present. He wants to know violent contact, so he pretty much was saying that, huh?
Your Honor, it's actually he doesn't. He is completely fine with contact. He was going to say
his hair is
charges brought at all.
Completely different.
Yeah, I can't do anything about that, but yeah, I figured he was going to say that, but aggravated assault, family violence, battery, warrant 22W004180. The warrant alleged Mr. Jackson that you did commit the offense of aggravated assault against Mr. Bailey. You guys had been living together. You allegedly swung a knife at the
most
Mr.
deadliest
Bailey.
of all weapons.
He then grabbed the knife, and then he sustained cuts to his hands, and he had a minor injury to his upper lip. So the victim grabbed the knife that you were supposedly swinging at him. So it's still a serious allegation. So, but my understanding is there is no criminal history. Ms. Sapp, is that what you're showing, that there was no criminal history, that was the wrong defendant that we brought before the court before?
We'll be heading
That's
over
right,
there.
Your Honor. Mr. Niner provided birth certificate and a picture of the social security card. So I asked our investigators to run the criminal history through with the correct information and the correct middle name, correct DOB, and correct social security number. Turns out that we cannot find any prior criminal history. However, this is a serious
Good to see you,
charge.
Delsey.
And as Your Honor already noted earlier, he swung a knife at the victim, and thankfully the victim was able to grab the knife with his hands, which caused multiple cuts. So the state will be asking for
You
a
should have watched that
$15,000
video.
regular bond
Oh.
and special condition, no contact with the victim.
We had a great knife
Mr.
defense
Niner?
video last night.
Thank
Should have
you.
been
Let's
there.
just let that person in, Gladys, see who it is in case it's the victim. Not sure if he's in.
You gonna bring in somebody? Is this the victim or the mother?
You want me to proceed, Judge, or?
Let's see, we need to find out who this is. Whoever's on the iPhone, can you please unmute? We need to know why you're here in court.
My name is Charles Bailey.
Oh,
Oh,
Mr.
he's the
Bailey,
victim.
okay.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you to start your video. I understand you're at work, but you appeared before and you were wanting to make a statement about having any contact with Mr. Jackson. So, Mr. Niner, you want to have him raise his right hand and swear him in, please?
Yes, Judge. Mr. Bailey, raise your right hand. Thank you. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth under the penalty of perjury?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just real quick, simple. Do you have any objections to Mr. Jackson being released on bond?
No, sir.
And if it were up to you, would you prefer to have contact or no contact with Mr. Jackson?
I prefer to have contact.
And
So are
have
they
you
in a
tried at all
relationship? Is that what I'm
to tell the
understanding?
district attorney's office that you do not wish to participate in this prosecution?
If I hit this one more time.
Yes, sir, I have.
That's all I have, Judge.
All right. All right, based on the circumstances, of course, I have, as a judge, I'm not here to determine guilt or innocence. I know you don't have any criminal history, but there's a weapon involved and there were injuries.
I think
So
he's a
I
waiter.
understand that you guys wish this to go away, but it doesn't work like that, okay? The state is recommending a $15,000 regular bond. I'm going to go ahead and grant you a bond considering the things that you've gone through. I'm going to make it a little bit lower than usual. So it'll be a $4,000 bond. Somebody will have to post a little over about $500 through a bonding company. Due to the victim's request of a no violent contact, I will grant that. So sir, you to have no violent contact, Mr. Jackson, with Mr. Bailey. That includes yelling, screaming, throwing objects, damaging objects, anything of that nature would be considered to be a violent contact. And so
I think these guys were like
I'll grant your
maybe
wishes,
in a
Mr. Bailey. You can
relationship,
go ahead and go back
domestic.
to work. And if you could sign the special conditions, sir, understanding, Mr. Jackson, that you can have no violent contact. And as soon as your bond is posted, you'll be released from custody. All right?
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. That matter's been addressed and resolved. Is there anything further?
Nothing further, Your Honor, but we got a nice set of people over here. Matthew Hagan, 13th Circuit Court.
So,
Matthew has a child's
just trying to
map
make sure
of the country up there.
feedback.
And
All
kind
right.
of a child's
So
haircut.
we are on the record on case number 1399937 Leslie versus Hamline. Today's date is March 24th, 2022. This is date and time set for a resumption of our
Learned that
motion
last
hearing
time,
as
didn't
well
we?
as the show cause issue. Ms. Bostic, please state your name for the record.
Michelle Bostic appearing on behalf of defendant Charles Hamline.
Ms. Rates,
Linda Marsh Rates on behalf of Nicole Leslie.
Charles in a basement.
Nicole Leslie?
and Mr. Hamline.
Charles Hamline.
Thank you. So the
Is Charles
first
a truck
issue I
driver?
want to address.
Charles in a
exhibit B
basement.
from last time, which was those were the
For sure.
Family Wizard exhibits that were conditionally admitted. Have the attorneys had an opportunity to address that and how we're going to proceed today with that issue?
I think we talked about stipulating to have those admitted and the entire document admitted into evidence.
That's correct.
Thank you. So Exhibit B then is admitted in total. And then Mr. Hamline is on cross-examination from Tuesday. Is that how we're going to proceed today, I assume?
It's almost like Charles is in his own
Okay. So,
basement
sir, I just ask
cell.
that you raise your hand. Raise your right hand. You swear from the testimony you're about to give is the
I
truth.
feel like he sells jailbroken fire sticks from there.
Thank you.
Yes. Or he's the kind of
Okay,
guy
Mr.
when you're
Hamlin, the
walking
current
through
court
the
order dated July
through the county
24,
fair. You want to buy a hot
2019
tub?
allows for parenting time to take place by voice-only telephone calls on Wednesdays and Sundays. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And Nicole Leslie was previously ordered to supervise and monitor those telephone calls, right?
I believe so.
That's in Sham Wiles,
Since
man.
the court order in 2019, has it come to your attention that Nicole Leslie has been advised by the professionals to not supervise or monitor those telephone calls?
Believe it. Yes.
Do you want her to supervise and monitor those phone calls?
Oh.
He's very confused by that question.
Yeah, he is.
No.
No, sir. I don't think I like it.
So
Wait a
going
second.
forward, as part of your relief, asking the court, it would be that the telephone calls are not monitored by Nicole Leslie.
You'd hear it coming down the pipes.
Yes.
Great.
Like
Same
in the
thing with
office.
recording. The original order required her to record those calls. Do you want her to continue to record those calls?
I mean, that's a sink back there, right?
No.
It looks yes.
Because you record those calls, right?
Sometimes.
You've stated that
All right.
the calls go poorly. Is that
It's about kids, and we, you know, the like
Will that be
CPS
before your
stuff.
honor?
It will not.
If you want to, I think
It
somebody
will
said,
likely
Judge
be
Porter
in
was on.
person. Will
He
be
is.
before Judge Perry. So
Lisa's
I will
there.
set the preliminary examination in
Thomas is
person.
here,
I'll
though.
set that for April 5th, 2022, 9 a.m. That'll be in person before Judge Perry.
Your Honor.
If you're Ms. Dennis.
Galaxy
all of
A12
the
on
preliminary
Impractical
examinations take place
Jokers.
at the Service Center off of Washington.
Your Honor, could we put that off? I do have a trial scheduled on the 4th in Wayne Circuit, and it
Your
really
Honor,
might
I do
go.
have a
So
great-grandson birthday
if we
party.
could put it off, I don't know, another week or something?
All right, that changes the judge, but we'll do
Attorney
it.
Nemo.
April 12th, 2022, 9 a.m. And that will be before Judge Burke.
Thank you.
It's actually Judge Kim today. Believe it or not.
Ooh, Kim. We ain't seen Kim in forever.
You, the decedent, gave the address of the family.
Is
So
April's
police went over
family?
there for an investigation.
Oh, and
find out more about the shooting.
Lewis is here.
Everyone in the house.
My favorite.
Want to secure evidence inside the house. Identified several people who may have information about the shooting. We've got a 17-year-old.
I was just going to say it's kind of early for us to jump over because we usually close out with this, and then I look at I go, wow, time flies really quick. Holy
Yeah,
crap.
we're in the final 15.
Yeah.
All right. So
April at a
homicide
club, strip
detectives
club.
went there, went to locations.
We have so
where
many
the shooting
celebrities
was,
with us
about the
today.
home with people who may know about the shooting. And talk to
And Lisa.
one of your family members said they knew the decedent. Well, Chris and some of his friends went with Chris to buy some weed during the transaction. The weed seller started shooting.
Oh,
so
God,
Chris,
What's up with weed sellers these days? Shooting.
Everyone was transported to the police station, interviewed separately.
A hell of a headboard April and Courtney have. What are they doing there?
That's what I said. Look like they're at a strip club.
Yes.
Corner,
Oh, in the big booth. In the big booth. Wine service, please. Sparklers. I want
One
the
of the people inside the
sparklers.
house Snapchat to set up a marijuana deal.
Bottle service. Excuse me.
was supposed to be 4 grams of weed for $40.
Is that a good deal? $10 a gram.
But the other people in the house knew that Chris was planning a robbery.
Oh, back on the other one. Yes. I kind of thought that too, like a young
Planning
Gilbert.
a robbery.
Very young Gilbert.
Chris told the girls to have the drug dealer pick them up, go to the corner near the park where the shooting was. Chris, you, and Victor would be hiding in the alleyway waiting.
Both
Chris had a black rifle. Victor had a small handgun.
knock them through.
So one person picked up the girls up.
You got attorneys.
this
You've got
kid
family.
Chris-
You've got the H pod, F pod, all of that happening. Then you've got there's so much to it.
Chris is a real mastermind. I
Yeah,
hate
so
to
the
say
team
that.
picked up the girls, turned the corner. The girl saw the weed. She texted Chris to approach the car. Chris approached. So did you and Victor.
Was this in
When the victim saw
a
Chris
Planet
throw the
Fitness
rifle, he started
parking lot?
shooting.
Any chance?
Victor said he heard the shooting. He started shooting while standing outside the car. Jacqueline had a graze wound to her left side during the shooting. Everyone started running back, but Chris collapsed from injuries. You went back to Chris, picked up the rifle, and took it back home.
He went back to Chris, picked up the rifle, and left Chris there to bleed out.
Search of the home, found some guns.
Pew pews. Judge Kim, please. We're on YouTube. This isn't We Got a Mystery. Get away with it.
Where anything goes.
Rated X.
After dark. Judge Kim is in a mood already, I can tell.
Yeah.
This seems
Yeah.
like a kid we haven't seen before.
No, this is a pretty heavy hitter.
Well,
Here.
Damien, this is
Maybe.
probable cause is weak, but it's there by a thread. So I'm finding there is probable cause for the
I
offense.
don't
of
know what a
capital murder.
spur sticker is, but I'll take it.
But, Damien, did Judge Porter go over with you what the possible consequences from this offense are?
BRB.
All right, so this is
Yeah, they're
capital
kinky.
murder. It's the highest level of offense that we have in Texas. If you were 17 years old at the time of this offense,
The
this would be a
highest.
death penalty eligible offense. Capital murder is when there is a felony being committed, or one of the capital murders is when a felony is being committed that somebody dies. Doesn't mean that it doesn't have to be an intended victim. It could be a friend. It could be an innocent bystander that has a heart attack. Somebody in a car wreck during a getaway. It's just somebody has to die during the commission of a felony.
Wow.
That's what this appears to be. So this means if you were an adult, you would be eligible. You would either be life in prison or life without parole or death penalty case. Since you were under the age of 17, allegedly, when this happened, we have different levels of punishment for children in Texas. And so the most you could be looking at is 40 years of confinement for this.
Oh my God.
Now, I do need to let you know that the district attorney's office may ask me to give up my jurisdiction and transfer you to an adult criminal court. A lot of times on TV, you'll see that as certifying as an adult. If that happens, you potentially cannot get the death penalty because you were under 18 at the time of the offense, and that would be unconstitutional as it would be considered cruel and unusual punishment. However, your punishment range would go up where you could get life with parole, and what that means is up to 50 years of confinement. So it's very important that you keep your behavior level as high as you can. It's also very important that you communicate with your attorney in preparation for your case. All right. This is very, very serious. I just ask you to do the best you can to help your attorney going forward. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Mr. Willett, did I misquote anything? I think that was all.
No, Your Honor, the issue, we hadn't really heard some of this because the case had not been filed. In fact, I think it has been now, but I don't think it had been filed up till today.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, that's taken care of. But yeah, the PCs, that's a bare thread though, Brian.
I know.
Okay. All right. So please keep your behavior.
Everybody thank Billy. We'll do a little overtime. It's Billy's fault. Stay for a little bit. Thank you, Floody. Capital murder. Don't play. I can't believe how many capital murder cases
Jamal.
we've seen on this. It's unreal.
Yes, sir. All right, Jamal, I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. Law says when a child's brought here, oh, you've been here for 10 days, so I'm reviewing your case, deciding whether to keep you or to release you. If I keep you, you'll see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to an attorney. Mr. Willett has been appointed as your attorney. All right, Jamal, this is, police showed up. Oh, the 13, 17-year-old gunshot wounds, some friendly fire, somebody was shot. They were pulled over by police on their way from the scene. And I guess you were the one that was shot. All right, so we have capital murder on this one, Jamal. Just so you understand. I know you've been here
What
for
if it's
8
from the
months.
same?
I'm really tired of you being here. You're tired of being here. I'm letting you know there is a court setting tomorrow. The sole purpose is to figure out when you have a final date for your trial on this.
Wow.
I'm not going to wait much longer. So I'm going to go ahead and push this. Make sure you get a trial. If you're guilty, then you're guilty. If you're not, you're not. But if you're
Second
not,
capital murder, but I think it might be related to the last.
so, and if you are, then we need to figure out what to do with you. Do we have a parent here, Mr. Willett?
Anybody?
I don't see anyone on.
Mr. Lahara, do you see was there a parent that checked in?
Unmute yourself, Mr. Laharin.
Mr. Lahara?
Latef just popped on.
No, Your Honor, mother is not in the building.
And
all right, so Jamal, right now, based on the nature of this offense, I think it's too serious to release you. I think you would be a danger to yourself, as you're the one that was shot, as well as a danger to others, as two people seem like they have lost their life as a result of some actions that you were somehow involved in. I'm not saying you did it. I'm just saying you were somehow involved. So I'm concerned about releasing you, but I am concerned how long you've been here, and I want to let you know I'm doing my best to get you a final resolution in this case. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Jamal.
Your Honor.
We got a little more clarification as to capital murder, which was kind of interesting. He was just explaining it, where it doesn't necessarily. Remember when we were talking about we were talking about capital murder and how it has to do with paramedic or policeman. Well, if anybody dies, during a felony, it could be during the getaway. It could be somebody that had a heart attack. That all falls under it. So that was pretty interesting. And just before, right as you left, they were talking about it's the highest thing you can get. Potential life, which is crazy. And the thing I was saying about Lotef, we had heard. I haven't seen the video yet because I'm behind. But I guess he called Judge Kim racist the other day.
Something like that. That was the word.
Lotef just popped on, but popped out pretty quick. But I thought that would be interesting.
H-Pod very excited and happy.
The attorney is here. We have a parent here. I think mom is in the parents' room.
Mom's has got beautiful hair.
All right, Ascari, let's see. Well, you've been here for 193 days, and for some reason you're level 3. So, Mr. Bose, please tell us why he's level 3.
I'm laughing.
Yes, Your Honor. On the 19th, he had a physical altercation in the back with some more other clients.
I heard the first part. On the 19th, he had a physical altercation. I didn't hear the last part.
With some other youths in the back.
With other youths in the back.
Yes,
Tell me
sir.
more about the altercation.
From my knowledge, he told me that there was some stuff that was said out on the outside world that came in behind the detention walls that they had a disagreement about.
Muhammad had a disagreement?
I mean, one of the youth, it was something that's been said in the free world that has came back to the back.
That's not good.
All right, so let's not use jail terms if we can avoid
Yeah,
it.
what the hell does that mean?
Thank you. So please tell me about the altercation.
Please don't use jail
Ascari, did he initiate the contact? Is somebody else? Was it
To
related?
my
Was it-
knowledge,
Big swig, Lisa.
what I was told from Ascari, he didn't initiate it. A basketball was thrown at him. It happened in the gym.
She is terrible explaining
The
things.
words were said or a basketball was thrown?
Yeah,
It was a basketball thrown and then this was thrown.
I don't. It should be. Oh.
Basketball was thrown, and what was thrown?
Then they started to fight. An altercation, a physical altercation.
No, you said something else was thrown. What else was thrown?
Fist. Basketball was thrown, and after that, they got into the fight.
She is terrible explaining this. Oh shit!
Is he picking his nose?
Well, she's
Why is
talking-
H-Pod all wilding out?
Yeah, because I mean they're talking about him. He's pissed.
I think he is.
Yeah, because she was talking like she was in H-Pod.
I know. I shouldn't be that difficult.
I mean, she's talking like he was saying, like she was on the like we're talking jail talk, street talk.
I like how
something that came from the street.
every
made
one
it
of these
to-
people are just like us. Like, what is that? What is he doing? What is happening? Is she gonna get yelled at?
It went from the street to the beat. And
I
here
think
we are, Your Honor.
rather than ask her any more questions, he's just gonna read every bit of it now. I think.
He's so freaking mad.
Yeah, and Du Bois, or however you say her name, she just wants him to hurry up because she ain't got no time for that.
Yeah, she doesn't like. She don't even care. All right, here you come.
Oh, he turned his chair all the way around. I thought that was like a.
Let's try to refrain from talking like our clients or your clients, please. Okay, so who initiated the altercation?
Okay, that was a little timeout for him. That's what
Yeah.
that was.
The other youth,
Yuke?
Mr. Jaquan.
This was on the 19th. And
Yes,
so Ascari, I guess, then retaliated.
yes.
Jail jive.
No hood terms, please.
So what else happened? He should be higher than level 3 acceptable.
He also had a couple of infractions for not following instructions and talking.
Wow, she is terrible at her job.
All right, so what else do we have? I feel like there's just more now.
He was secluded after the altercation for 48 hours.
What level was he when the altercation happened?
He was a 1-0 prior to the altercation.
You know, it's almost like she's trying to help him out a little bit. Maybe.
I don't know. They look like they could be old enough to date each other. I mean, I know they don't, but I'm just saying they seem very close in age. Is there a mom in a jail outfit up there next to him? Oh no, never mind. It's just a shirt.
Just take a look at it. Tell me if it's real bad.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
How recently?
No, she's a public defender.
She's terrible. I mean, she's like,
When did he lock his door or block his door?
219 was blocking.
A month ago.
Mikey, just so you know, if I'm ever mad at you, I'm going to do this.
just chair around. He was like rubbing his face and stuff, like I would with my kids when they would piss me off.
I thought he was reading something. I thought that was you know what I mean? Like the docket or
he had pushed his
information.
glasses up and started rubbing his face and then spun around.
Then I didn't see the spin around. That's crazy.
Oh, this is the one with the mom in the house and shot at somebody because you thought they drew on you.
They drew on you?
Yeah, Jen, it looks like it.
They're just walking by.
And he almost has this attitude, carefree, like,
Mom's
I'm
just
getting out of
no
here.
big deal that you haven't had a gun shooting at people down the street.
Didn't say that. That's not what I said.
I know that's not what you said.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Did if we had him on before and he got into an altercation with the mother, is that her? Remember that was removed?
I'm not releasing you.
I don't know. Yes.
That had a bunch of attitude?
Yes, that is his mom.
I think that is her.
She just got up and jetted.
She just got up. She was yelling on the way out, too. Did you hear that?
Uh-huh.
I think we've seen, and I think it just clicked with him. I'm pretty sure that was her. Man, that was weird. I bet you he's going to look into all that. That looked like her.
Hold on, BRB.
Thank you.
I don't remember if he kicked her out last time or she just up and left and was saying something. I'm pretty sure that was her. That look on that kid's face, man.
All right, Jose. This is a 10-day hearing. I'm deciding whether to keep you in custody or to release you. If I keep you, you'll see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. We've appointed Mr. Newman as your attorney. I hope he's
Vivian.
here. So, Mr. Gladstone, I'm going to ask you to step in, please.
Judge.
Huh? 100 days. You're on probation. Is that right, Miss Lopez? He's on probation for aggravated robbery?
Yes, sir.
All right. And then now, I guess you pick up a new offense of stealing a stolen car. You've been to placement, completed placement. You have a court date on April 6th. And you're level 3. So why is this fine young gentleman level 3?
But I received an email that while searching, Your Honor, his room had a piece of the window
Sorry, I was checking on
broken
that pod.
from time kicking the door.
Oh, you're fine.
I mean, the window.
Outstanding. So do we have a parent here?
Outstanding.
About time.
What's in the email, Your Honor? I don't see her on there.
Of course we don't.
Sure, he does. That mop looks old. God, I get you wear your hair like that.
If that's apparent.
Wrap
All
up.
right. Well, Jose, clearly you can't behave here in a secure facility. I'm not going to let you out to go back and misbehave in a non-secure facility.
But
And you are only building a case for you to go to TJJB. So this is also, Mary, will this be set tomorrow? It's a motion modified, but it's a 3G case. Make sure it's set for tomorrow too, so we can touch bases.
That happens a lot, Ben. I mean, it's kind of sad.
This one
but
needs resolution pretty quick.
Same way.
It's on April 6th. That with me or Judge Porter. You know? Let's move it to me, if I have room.
He does.
All right, Josie. So
He
you will
does.
probably see me on the 6th, and we'll decide whether
He's seen it
you
all.
violated probation or not, and if you did, what to do with you. Thank you.
And the people, the judges that are under him really do keep it real close to how he keeps things in his court,
Oh, he runs a tight ship. That's why he was reelected.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get it wrong.
Yeah.
He might have his detractors, but he gets,
he
gets it done.
He stops
Okay, is
and
that you?
takes the time when needed too, and I love that.
Hello. So this is a 10-day hearing deciding whether to keep you or release you. If I keep you, you'll see a judge every 10 days. So, Ms. Thomas, do we have a parent here?
No, Your Honor, I don't see mom.
All right. So, Schlinga, I'm seeing as level 2. I'm not going to let you go if you're not level 1. I'll see. I'm not even going to consider, not even going to read it. Okay.
Welcome to overtime, by the way.
We'll make a decision then. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Billy. Billy threw us 5 bones for some extra overtime. I said,
on,
sure.
All right. Well,
You
money
got it.
talks. Money talks.
Hi, Stefan. I'm Judge Kim. This is a 10-day hearing. Been here for 10 days, so I'm deciding whether to keep you or release you. If I keep you, you'll see a judge every 10 days. 16 years old. Been here for
Oh, yeah.
25 days. You love one outstanding. Good.
Good job.
You
Good boy.
have never been here before.
Very well.
February 26th, 8 o'clock, armed robbery at Hidden Valley Apartments. Victim said she went back with her 2-year-old when she got out. Adult Demetria Smith asked for her money. And suspect 2, which is you, was standing behind her car with a small black dog.
Oh.
So,
Why's it gotta be
allegedly
black?
Pulled a pistol out, pushed her out of
A
the way, get
pistol.
in the car, threw a 2-year-old daughter out of the car. Tried to
Oh
drive
my-
off, but didn't have the key fob. Husband came out, you and the adult ran off and left the dog behind. 2 more calls right after, matching the description of you and Demetrius. I'm sorry, Demetrius pulled the gun.
A lot of pew-pews here.
So
Not a 2-year-old dog, a child, right?
Yeah, 2-year-old child thrown from the car.
surveillance
Yeah.
footage nearby from a house.
They tried to take off with it, but the car cuts off when you don't have the key
There's
fob.
the
with
key
you.
fob. Holy shit is right.
Oh, some of these
Victim
cases.
identified you at a field
Is this the parent over in the juvenile parent room?
Looks like it.
Poor puppy. How about the child that was thrown out the car? I just want to make sure I got that right.
Are you the
Yeah, I'm
child's
pretty
mother?
sure.
Yes, sir.
So Demetrius, is that a relative?
That's his big brother, yes, sir.
Big brother. Is he still in Tarrant County Jail?
Yes, sir.
Brother
It
got
is
him
what
in
it should
trouble.
be.
Did y'all get the dog back at least?
No, sir.
What happened to the dog?
That's and crazy because, like, you know, you got these older people, you know, the adult that was involved being his older brother got him into this, and now, you know, you think you'd want better for your own brother.
Now, when you're running the streets. And I don't agree with you guys with the parent thing. I think that in some cases it is good for these kids to sit where they're at, and you being there helps in some cases. Although I agree that in some cases there should be some parents.
You got to remember this too. Some of these are, you know, have multiple children. They need to be at these jobs. They need to
All right,
care
Mom,
for these
what
good kids, and
month
not can't be
was
here
the
for these
incident?
ones.
November 10th.
Thank you.
Like this mother, I wouldn't have shown up.
No,
I
not
would
for all this.
Does he have juvenile? Can you look up juvenile history for him?
But we've also seen some good kids here. Remember the other side of it. Remember where there was the one, I think it was an FPOD girl that was doing really well, and he said, I can't release you without having, you know, the family and the people here. So there's that side too. So we're, you know, there's that too. But if I had a troubled teen that was in there that needed to stay for a little bit, I probably wouldn't even bother show up for a little bit. I don't know.
Yes.
Checking on his juvenile history, but
Like the guy from yesterday that we feel so bad about, that I hope that him
So, Mom,
and
your
the
your
mom.
2 sons have never been arrested for anything before. Now all of a sudden they've got 3 counts of holding people at gunpoint and throwing a baby out of a car.
It's crazy. I mean, it's like a total shock. My son was murdered. Their big brother was murdered. It worked 2 years ago. They all had jobs. I made sure they worked. And their brother was murdered. And it just seemed
Agreed,
like things
Jules.
went
Yes.
crazy after that. I mean, they have never been in trouble. Have always been home children. I mean, I have never had a problem like that. I don't know where this came from. I mean, it's a total shock to me. I mean, they never got in trouble before. Never went to juvenile or anything. None of that before.
No, neither of them.
They don't want to. They don't want to. It's the first for both of them.
and they had a brother that died.
And I brought them to Texas because we left Memphis. Just when my son got murdered there, because I wanted them in a new environment for something different, thinking it'll be better. But
No, you need to move
I
to the
never
country.
expected this to happen.
You move to the country. If that wasn't enough to scare the living crap out of these kids, you see your older brother.
I have a job lined up for him and everything. When he get out, I got a job lined up for him before he start working and everything when he get out.
She has a friend named Sarah that works at McDonald's.
From the report, all I can,
It's
from
true,
your
Meg.
summary, all I can see is Demetrius is the one that confronted the lady. Demetrius is the one with the pistol. Demetrius is the one that pushed her out of the way. Demetrius is the one that threw the baby out of the car. It seems like Stefan the whole time was just standing there with the dog. Is that?
That's what it sounds like, Your Honor, when you look at the police report. Yes.
It can be. You're right, Ben. Like the guy that we saw yesterday, right? Wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where's Stefan?
I mean, it almost
That's your
seems like they
behavior
do.
level
Chris.
up. One outstanding. You have no history. Your brother has no history until this.
Was it drug related? I don't think it was because it didn't say anything about him testing positive when he come in.
No, it's
I'm gonna
true.
give you a shot.
Well, let him out.
Release your electronic monitor.
Well, mom seems to be not an idiot. I mean,
You understand? I can always change my mind and bring you back here, right?
Yes, sir.
go listen to your mom, kid.
I'm pretty sure if you just do what your mom tells you to do,
Yes, sir. I promise.
that you won't be coming back. here,
Brother
okay?
talked him into something.
But
I feel
you
like
held up your end of the deal in here.
Sir.
And I don't see you having
Yeah.
actually done anything. I think it's mostly on your older brother. He's probably not the guy to look up to right now, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, I'm the wrong one. LPM, please.
wow, that was surprising.
Yeah, it really
Crystal
was.
Sanders, your camera needs to be on. No one wants to look at you posing in front of a car.
What? Oh, we can't see it. Let's see it. Judge Kim, put him on.
I would love to see him posing in front of a car, Judge. Can
Yeah.
we
I
do
think
that?
they're sending twice.
Okay, I'm gonna remove the one that's without the camera on.
Yes, I'm trying to get it arranged now.
No, you're fine right there where you are. There was another picture of you in front of a maroon car. I removed that one from our Zoom session. All right, O'Marion.
What?
Marion.
Yes, sir.
Judge Kim, there's a 10-day hearing. Deciding whether to keep you or release you. If I keep you, you'll see a judge every 10 days. Been here for about 150 days and you are level 3.
Wow. Whew.
So, Ms. Campos, why are we level 3?
And do a better job than
He
the last
was,
lady.
Confined. Well, he went to level 3 confined on the 22nd due to a resident initiated seclusion or separation.
Look at Richard's face.
All right, let's stop for a second. Christian Brown, 1, you can't walk around while you're in court. 2, you can't
I'm
have
sorry. I have another child that's, I have to get her on her therapy session. That's why I'm
Oh,
telling
okay.
her right now.
Oh, do your thing then,
I'm
Chris.
sorry.
By God, Stone Cold's been broken half.
Move around while you're in court, and then you also can't have anything moving in the background like a ceiling fan, which is distracting.
Yes.
Your camera must be on.
Yes. I love it because it is. It's annoying.
I understand if you have other children, but if you can't make
Yeah,
it,
my daughter's therapist is
I
trying to call
understand
me.
if you have
He
other
don't
children
care.
and other obligations.
Shut
then you have to pick and choose and make a priority, but I don't allow people to
Campos
walk around.
is trying to talk.
Just
I would
stop
be offended
talking.
if you have to discuss a more
No, I
pressing
was
matter.
just trying to get her to join the therapy, but she's not. I don't.
He
I understand.
doesn't care.
What I'm saying is, I understand if you have to deal with another child or any other more pressing matter, but I can't let people multitask while they're in court. Okay.
Shut up!
So Miriam. So the resident initiated seclusion, is that what you said, Ms. Campos?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
She shoves a hot topic. JPT does.
She's got beautiful lipstick on today.
Yeah, she does.
I like it. It's
Do you
different.
think she brushes her teeth with that charcoal toothpaste too?
Maybe.
Detained, walking the road between parked cars, right where a car burglary was immediately before. And over to police, 20 milligrams of Adderall.
4
A
packs.
total of 57 Adderall pills weighing 11.5 grams.
Adderall. Is that really?
Arrested for possession of a controlled substance, of penalty group 2. More than
Does that
4
dude just
grams,
make you
but
stay
less
up?
than 400 grams.
Yeah, what does Adderall? I mean, obviously for
I mean,
obvious
for
reasons,
college
I-
kids
October and November.
take it
Oh.
to stay awake and study.
So when you were arrested with that, there's a credit card in your pocket, and you said it belonged to a friend.
Yeah,
So,
tons of my
Not
friends.
my jeans.
Name on the card belonged to a car that was broken into.
I done it.
And your friend said you two were there.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh no, so somebody was in
Kernoth with the
Bravo.
knowledge.
Ms. Campos, your robbery stuff is lacking, just so you know, because it doesn't go into details of the actual robbery itself. But
Is he trying to
so there's a
curl
placement
up my
search
hair
from
for you?
December. February was passed for contested hearing, which is set for April 21st. You've already been to all kinds of placements. Who's this in front of? Mary?
Judge Porter.
All right. Well,
Have a nice day.
Mr. Daniel, your work's cut out for you, but
Hey, Delzy.
let's see what Judge Porter does. We do not have a parent here. So
Yes, mom's
meanwhile-
here.
Yeah, mom's here?
Yes.
Okay. Which one's mom?
Shadamia's iPhone.
Shadamia. All right.
Oh, down there, right underneath.
I'm here.
Quite a name there.
Okay, well, I am detain your son just because there's so many things going on, and I'm just not very optimistic that
He doesn't have all the
he's going to be around or behave
details.
well if I also let him go, especially since he's not even behaving here. So, but you'll have court coming up next month, and hopefully everything gets wrapped up then. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You'll be there till then, so have a nice time.
All right, we're gonna watch one more, and we gotta jet on out of here. Get ready for a triple play Thursday, right? For We Gotta Chase.
Absolutely. Going to go to Chicago.
Mm.
Moving all over the place.
Oh, it's fun.
Nope.
Make sure you tell the child and the mom he has no contact with his brother.
Attorney rooms in the coffee shop.
And if you can, in about a month, call the jail to the visitation.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think we have a mother and a father in the parent room.
But they are not having contact with each other.
Josue.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Josue. I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. So you've been here for 10 days, deciding whether to keep you or release you. If I keep you, you'll see a judge every 10 days. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to an attorney. And Rafael Sierra is your attorney. He's not here. Mr. Gladstone asks you to substitute in.
Judge,
Mr.
Dr. Beebe, are you
Gladstone.
in?
This is like the least amount of people I've seen at Judge Kim's
Right
courtroom
on
ever.
campus?
Mm-hmm.
Should I even ask who burped?
Yes, Meg, we do.
I could lie.
Somebody burping on Zoom.
Oh,
That was-
I'm reading this.
That was not Mary.
Anyone want to own it?
Anyone want to own it?
Of course not.
burping. Look at the koozie here. Is
Surveillance video.
What's loud?
That was
You're on
extraordinary.
video. Done for Westman.
There you go. That's way. Make sure you don't never play that other one ever again. Does anyone want to own it?
Well,
Would have been funny if Richard Gladstone looked over and goes, "Excuse me."
Miss Morellis?
Sorry, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Do we know what happened to the gun?
No, we don't.
His hair looks like a hat, by the way. The kid's hair.
Krask, I was thinking someday of doing the just like back to back, just like a 8-hour stream. Like, I think it'd
I
be
know
fun
that
to see how that
If
performs.
this is true, then there's a gun out there that only you know where it is.
It's in the river, Your Honor.
I am not really happy with the idea of releasing you, we can go back and get the gun. So I continue to detain you. Thank you. Camera on.
And thank you, Lisa Snowback.
I know I would tell them where the PP was if it meant I was going to get out. Just saying.
Until they fingerprint it, you're going down for a murder.
Oh, look, this guy's spiffy.
Hey, he knows how to sit up straight. I'm going to do that.
This is a detention hearing.
Sir.
The law says when a child is brought to a facility, you have to see a judge within 2 days. I have to decide whether to keep you here to release you. If I keep you, you'll see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You have the right to make silent. You have the right to an attorney. The attorney is Miss Melissa Hemrick. She's not able to make it today, so Mr. Gladstone, I'm going to ask you to step in.
Yeah.
The judges know before they ask them to step
Well,
in.
first of all, let's go back.
You can't do this for free, Gator Orange guy. I'm
16 years
sorry.
old.
We need
So back when you're 14, you're arrested,
pay rent and
brought in
things.
for assault, bodily injury.
Sorry.
Then
Especially
right
after I
after
just-
your 16th
Especially if
birthday,
the piss poor paycheck
arrested
we
for
got this
assault and
month.
Violence,
I don't know what we're going to do.
which the victim asked for dismissal. 3 weeks later, you're arrested for
JPD Lewis is back.
family violence, which the DA placed you on deferred prosecution for. So, Mr. Lewis, who was the victim in the first offense when he was in 2020?
Sir, let me get that information real quick.
Yeah, just looking with the family or not family.
He's so
It
great.
was family.
It was family. All right. Yeah.
No, I
those-
stand corrected. It was not.
About the family violence in August of 21.
Everybody
Get
gonna
that
drink?
information, if I may, Your
All
Honor.
right. Mary said his mother. So mom made a slushy and he refused to drink it, so he hit mom. Allegedly.
Why would you not?
September of 21.
Drink a
Who's
slushy?
the victim on that one?
That's September 21.
Oh, what about the August of 21?
I don't have that.
You got a hitting problem.
That's what Bob's looking for.
We can always put up. We can always put up a poll.
Yeah, polls are allowed.
Sister LaKendra.
What's the relationship?
Sister, Your Honor.
Sister. Okay, so August of 21 is his sister.
Thank you, Arco.
September of 21 is mother. So now, yesterday, Arlington police brought you in. About 11:41, they were dispatched to domestic.
I wish. No, you got to buy
You said you didn't want to talk.
YouTube Premium.
So your mom and stepfather were interviewed, and they said that you got into an argument with your sister. She said that you approached and started yelling at her in the kitchen. She reacted by yelling back. So you struck her on the right side of her face as a very hard slap. There was a welt just next to her right eye. Stepfather stepped in, trying to break up the fight, and you started swinging punches at him, one hitting him in the mouth, causing him to fall. He said his back was injured in the fall. So you arrested and brought over here.
It's his father, not his stepfather.
And now, I'm sorry?
It's his father, not his stepfather.
No, this says stepfather.
But it's his actual father. I don't know why they put stepdad.
I don't know why you're talking to me because I'm going off this report. The law does, no one asked you. This is not cross-examining you.
He's already mad at her in case you didn't notice. You need to turn your chair around for just a second. Go ahead, Judge Kim. It's fine. He wants to say more. He wants to go off. But
The only thing worse than that slap was what he just did.
Awkward.
He's so mad.
She has a like a
So, Mr. Lewis, is
shit
deferred
grin on her
prosecution
face too.
is completed?
Yes, sir. He completed that in January of this year.
I don't know why you're talking.
Lewis is awesome, by the way. There are some great videos with him and I forget her name. The judge with the glasses down. She speaks real nice. She's always so nice.
Oh, yeah. Your Cameron's mother, if there's another responsible adult that will take possession of him other than you or his father, I'm open to releasing him, but I'm not going to release him back into your home. Okay? Chairman, I'm detaining you for now.
Ronnie, after what she did earlier, I don't blame him a bit with that.
He's already had to. This is the second time he had to say something to her about something.
She's speaking up like that. Anyway, he is awesome. There is some great videos with him. Very funny banter between the two. Hey, listen, Captain Happy, can you imagine dealing with these kids over and over and over again with the same stuff? God Almighty, I'd be blasting off at.
And it's worse every time. Like it's from each one just escalates. It's a lot, and I agree with him. The mom was definitely a pain in the ass.
Yeah, guys, thank you. A little overtime. We got to get set up and ready for We Got a Chase Triple Play Thursday. On its way. Mikey, you said Chicago.
One in Chicago. Yeah, the very first one we're watching. And I believe 2 of these chases actually have wrap-up stories at the end. So you're going to get the chase, and then you're going to get the story behind the chase.
Nice. I like that.
So a lot of good stuff right there. If you haven't already liked this video, if you're new here, please consider joining, this family. If you're following us on Facebook, or if you're going to subscribe to one of our channels, we'd appreciate that. Hey,
speaking of that, Meg, it's CB Radio Show page on the Facebook. By the way, we're within like less than 20 people of hitting 11K. What are we laughing about?
Knowing what's going on in your son's life, in a way, kind of making your son's life miserable because you have standards and he doesn't like your standards. Well,
good for Dad.
I'm going to let you know right now that your dad's standards and my standards are pretty similar to each other's. So we're not going to tolerate you breaking the rules. The rules are the rules. Either you follow them or you don't. If you follow them, life gets pretty good. If you don't, if you ignore the rules, it gets pretty painful. So there's consequences. You made some decisions were made, and now there's consequence for that. You're free to choose. You're just not free to choose the consequence. So at this point, I'm not going to release you. I'm going to detain you.
I think we've seen that Father Cozy in there before. If I'm not mistaken.
I remember the name.
Yeah, and I think he was kind of pretty. He had a nice rapport with the judge too, where they were going back and forth about how he felt as if his kid kind of needed some more time and things like that. Anyways, appreciate you. We'll see you back here 405 East.
That's right.
We got a chase. Do some slots a little bit later on, and don't forget, back here tomorrow at 1 p.m. East for We Got a Case, at least 2 hours. Maybe we'll do a little overtime like we did today. So glad that we caught over in 3B the that whole story from beginning to end, which is pretty good. But yeah.
Until next time, when that beautiful toboggan.
Thank you, Del C.
And Del C comes and drops a dono. I'll be shouting out all the new channel members, by the way, during We Got a Chase. Make sure you're there for that. And until next time, please remember.